name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the beef breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
'Cause I saddle my horse and I ride into the city.
Since 1934, that's right, 1934, Watson Inch.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite teams on Saturday. The family of faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise to the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincoln on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burt, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 747-335-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 747-335-5676.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Fallston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has had the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Fallston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
There's a storm coming. We may not know path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto owners insurance is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. CKDKDS run. Oh, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband had coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is Western Sales, Highway 1827 intersection, Vale. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Savings Bank, where they will get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks. Hometown people you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boulder City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Let's go have some fun tonight. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3. X82 pickle, X disco, 19 yo-yo, deep yo-yo, deep yo-yo. Gotta fire 'em up a little bit, boy. We're gonna use the cans now, right? We gotta use the cans versus that blitz. Apple! Stop Japan! Richmond, New York! Florida, Sally, Buffalo! Short Luda Raiders! I might all of them, all of them. Now, right? Brown, right, orange, purple, white, red, 36, 18, 30.
Welcome out to the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show. Tim Johnson and Link here for you on a Friday. Folks, having a good time so far out there. It is high school football season.
Yeah, it's underway. Had 2 games for teams already, and Lincoln County teams are been in action. And Tim decided to have presented our second award of the season for the second week for the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week.
Absolutely, Ken. And that gentleman by the name of Mr. Christian Delaney, Ken, a kicker out of North Lincoln High School who wins, like you said, the second award of the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week, Ken. And what a great young man he is. And you should have seen the excitement on that young man's face when we called his name and Debbie Brewer presented that award to him, Ken.
Yes, he was proud, and his teammates were proud of him. Tim, just to remind folks, the candidates we choose from when we pick this Player of the Week award is sent to us by the head coaches. And head coach Steve Pack sent this young man to us, and we looked at what he'd done on special teams, Tim. It's not always about what you do, about the offensive side or the defensive side. You could win an award on special teams, and that was done this past week.
Absolutely, Ken. So congratulations to Coach Stephen Pack there at North Lincoln High School, the football coach, Ken, with his first high school football game.
Yes.
As a head coach.
And Christian Delaney, just to say a little bit about what his contribution was in the game, Tim. As a place kicker, he kicked off several times for the Knights, and in each case, he either put the ball in the end zone where it couldn't be returned or hit it high and boom where it was fielded inside the 5. And in every case, the Carolina Wildcats ended up with very poor field position, which was key to the game to get that defense started and actually force turnovers. He also had a 35-yard field goal in the game, which would have been good from 45, and he hit all 4 of his PATs that were attempted. So he scored 7. He was responsible for 7 points himself, plus the impact he had with his kickoffs. Absolutely, Ken. And like I say, kicking the ball in the end zone like that for a kicker is a plus for the defense because it keeps them on the 20-yard line or even on the 25-yard line when it comes to high school. But it keeps the defense backed up, Ken. It don't gives them a chance to run the ball out of the end zone to, gain valuable yards, stuff like that. So in high school, a lot of kids could run the kickoff back as well as college pros. But yeah, congratulations to Christian Delaney, the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player Weekend. And he's a junior, Tim.
Yes,
so
he's
got another year after this year.
He's got more leg coming.
And, yeah, he'll get bigger and stronger and probably be even more effective with that kicking game.
And, Ken, we was at the football game Friday night calling the game stuff on the KTC broadcasting, LincolnCounty.com. And, Ken, I like what I saw out of Coach Pat's football team there, the North Lincoln Knights.
Yeah, they were playing an inferior opponent, Tim, but they looked good. They executed well. They were sharp. They didn't have a lot of penalties or mistakes. The kids played excited. And, yes, it was a opponent that wasn't as good as they were, but, Tim, it was 40-0 at the end of the first quarter. You talk about domination. We had it right out of the gate. And after that, Coach Pack started using his players off the bench, and very few starters played beyond probably late second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the players who had a great game was the quarterback we've been talking a lot about, Reed McCory, Ken. 3 for 6 passing for 119 yards and 2 TDs he passed for,
Yes,
Ken.
he looked good. And,
yes, he did.
Even on the couple that missed, he was right on target. I think one of them was called out of bounds.
Sure.
But he looked good throwing the ball. He really did. Looked good running the team. Like you said, it looked They looked like they were sharp. They weren't a lot of penalties.
They were ready to play, Ken.
They were ready to play, and it was a good start for Steve Pack's program down there, first-year head coach. And some folks have said he's changing the culture down there, and, Tim, I think we witnessed that.
Absolutely, Ken. And I tell you, Ken, some other kids on the team had great outings. Was wide receiver Caleb Holly. That's Angie Holly's son, Ken. We know Angie well. She was in the press box with us a lot. Sweet lady, went to school with her. Also, Sam Brady caught 39-yard TD pass from McCory. Running back Clayton Cribb had a sensational game, too. Now, he's a good running back, Ken. I like what I saw out of him.
Yeah, he carried the ball, had the most carries. He had 58 yards and a touchdown. Jake Soares had 2 touchdown runs. He only carried the ball 3 times, but it was when they were in the red zone, he had a 6-yard touchdown run and a 2-yard touchdown run. And linebacker McMahon played well on defense. He had a 20-yard touchdown, pick 6, and he also had a fumble recovery. David Smurmer had 4 solo tackles. So those are some of the guys that were that played well, and it said that most of them played less than a half, and they still played well.
Yes, they did, Ken. So I know Coach Pack and Coach Ludwig there, the defense coordinator. You know, they got a really good thing going there for the whole entire program there at North Lincoln High School. He's changed everything, Ken. Like you said, the atmosphere. He's changed the way the kids approach the game, stuff like that. He's going to be really great for North Lincoln High School. They've got them a really good football coach.
And Tim, this Friday night scheduled game was Fred T. Ford. I understand there's been a change, and this game may be played Thursday. Is that correct?
Is correct. That's what we read in the paper from our good friend Mr. Wayne Howard from Lincoln Herald. Was stating that the North Lincoln game has been moved to Thursday night because of the weather situation with Fred T. Ford High School.
But so this game will have will already been played. So the Fred T. Ford team, they came into this game 1-1. They defeated Bandy's 23-17 last week after losing 37-14 in week 1 to Maiden. So Fred T. Ford, I think that'll be that's a good matchup with the North Lincoln Knights, and it'll be interesting to see how they match up and what the test looks like, and we'll know more about them after this game.
Absolutely. So we may be calling that game, Ken. We don't know exactly yet, weather permitting. We just got to find out where we're going to be going. But we're either going to be at the East Lincoln and Ashbrook game, or we're going to be back at North Lincoln. And I want to say a shout-out, Ken, to some of the good people in the press box there. And we're talking about Kerry Miller, who is the voice of North Lincoln High School, Ken. This guy is absolutely a first-class individual, and everybody in the press box, from your good friend Gene Sane, everybody there, Ken.
Yeah, we were treated nice down there. These guys really treat us well, and we enjoyed being down there with them. And so if we go back down there, I'm sure we'll enjoy it again.
All righty, Ken. We're going to take a short break, but first of all, I want to say congratulations to Christian Delaney. He is the Lincoln County First Federal Student Athlete Football Player of the Week, Ken. It's Friday, and it's football weekend, Ken, and so we'll be back after these fine short break we're going to take here on the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show.
Seems like there's 2 girls for every man, and they're walking in shorts and bathing suits. They're looking for us, but we're looking too. Let's go cruising down on Ocean Boulevard. Cooling out.
All righty, Kenny, we're back here on the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. Tim Johnson and Kenny Link. I want to send a shout out to the House of Pizza girls, Ken. We are always eating at the House of Pizza on Fridays before our game, Ken, where we need to be going to, our pregame meal there. We love eating House of Pizza, Ken. Great food.
They have great food, and they have great pizza, Tim, and Italian food, but they also specialize in lots of subs. Great day. They got a list of sub sandwiches, and also one of the specials is a chicken fajitas, and I understand it's marinated, it's a special recipe, and folks love that thing, and so that's one of the favorites. So visit the the House of Pizza if you want some good food.
Absolutely, Ken. So Joanne and Marianne and Ashley and all the girls there want to say hello to them. But like I say, you can catch me and Ken every Friday. The pregame meal, we go there, eat at the House of Pizza, and I take in outstanding food, atmosphere, the first class of the people serving you and stuff like that. It's just unbelievable, Ken. We're so thankful that they're part of the First Federal Lincoln County High School football show. All righty, Ken. Let's jump into those Lincolnton Wolves who took on the South Point Red Raiders last week, Ken.
Yeah, the Wolves took it on the chin, 59-6. The Red Raiders are loaded. A lot of players back from that state championship team last year. Very good offense and also a stout defense. And Lincoln made some turnovers, and the result of that, they never were in the game. So Lincoln's given up a lot of points these first 2 weeks. To Stuart Kramer, they gave up 40, and to South Point 59. So they need to turn it around. Tim, they'll be playing an opponent this week that is not the kind of juggernaut they played the first 2 weeks.
No. I mean, like you said, Ken, they played some really competition in the first 2 games of the season this year, Ken. Stuart Kramer was a really good football team. They proved it again this past Friday night, taking on the Mountain Island Charter School, who's got a really good football program there too. But the South Point Red Raiders, Ken, they're just a different animal. I mean, every year they're always in contention for a state championship game. And last year they were the state championship team of 2016, and Ken, it looks like they're going back this year too.
I think so. This week the Wolves will play North Gaston. Now North Gaston's also 0-2 so far this year. They lost to East Gaston in a close game, 34-31 in week 1, and actually got thumped pretty good last week by East Rutherford, 48-14. So I look for this to be a close matchup. The Wolves are still got Terrell McLean as operating the quarterback. I think he did that exclusively last week, and Tyreek Hollis went back to his receiver position. Hollis had 124 yards receiving, touchdown on 6 catches. McLean, the quarterback, was 9 for 19 for 147 yards, and but had a couple interceptions to go along with his touchdown. Tyshawn Harris had 82 yards rushing on 23 carries. But, Tim, outside of those players I just mentioned, they had almost nothing else on offense, and they turned the ball over 4 times. And if you look at
can't do that,
look at the difference in yardage as far as total yardage between South Point and Lincoln, it wasn't that great, maybe 100 yards different. But when you have those mistakes, it's hard to keep up against a team that really takes advantage of mistakes.
You're right, Ken. And speaking of Tyreek Hollis, Tyreek was one of the honorable mentions for the first Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player of the Week. Tyreek had a great game, like Ken was saying, 124 yards receiving, a touchdown and 6 catches. But, Ken, you can't, when you play teams like South Point, Shelby, even East Lincoln and all the other top-ranked in Crest High School, you can't make mistakes like that. Expect to win, especially if you got a team who's not as strong as it was in the past. So, Lincoln's got to cut down on the turnovers. They got to find a way to score more points somehow or another. And I know Coach Gibson is doing everything he can to get the ball in the right people's hands.
And I think you'll see a better performance this week. And as they play a little better and start getting some positive things happen for them, I think they'll cut the turnovers down and they'll start playing better ball.
Yeah, and there's some great kids, great football players in this football team, Ken. And they're probably young, probably got some young kids too. But their JV team, Ken, they beat South Point.
Yes, so they evidently got some players on that team.
Yes, and we saw them scrimmage up here in Cherville, and they look good. There's 2 running backs on that team that look really, really good, and they might be caught up to the varsity before the season's over with.
We'll see how it goes, but that's encouraging to see them play well.
Yes.
So Lincolnton always plays a tough schedule. Some teams don't. Lincoln always does.
Oh, absolutely.
And so this year they played 2 very good teams, and, the scores don't look good, but that's just 2 tough teams. They'll get in conference play here in a few weeks, and we'll see how it goes then.
Well, I mean, the season just started, Ken. It's 2 games in the season. And I read something in a paper, Ken, and want to say thank you to David Keever from the Lincoln Times News, our good friend, for putting the First Federal Lincoln County High School Student Athlete Football Player in the paper, too. David does a sensational job, and he's such a great friend. Also, Mike Powell, who sat right beside of us, Ken.
Gaston
Gazette, Mr. Mike Powell. Yes, sir. So we'll say hello to Mike, but and also Mr. Wayne Howard as well too for always supporting our radio show, and of course the student athlete football player of the week. Ken, I read in the paper, Ken, that some of the fans were just saying, hey, it's, we're going to be okay, and I really like what they had to say, how they were supporting the young people of Lincoln High School football team too, and I think that's really important. People don't realize how important Lincoln football is, Ken.
Yes. Tim, there's another game scheduled for this week. This game was played on Thursday night, and West Lincoln against Cherryville, and that's a good matchup, Tim, a rivalry. Cherryville coming off a big win where they sort of upset, I would call it upset, Chase last Friday night. A great win for Tim Pruitt, and he's going to play. They play the West Lincoln Rebels, who won big the first week, had a bye last week, and they've got a running attack, and they got a quarterback that can throw it a little bit, a good passing attack too, if they can mix in when they want to. So these West Lincoln Rebels, I think, are looking like they're going to be pretty good this year.
I'm telling you, Ken, they got a program up there. Tom Sain's got a football team, and these kids look really good. And like you're saying, the Kathian Fansuk, who was the first federal student athlete football player of the week. Week one, and he's running the football really hard, Ken. So, I'm sure and Brandon Eicher, that is, correct me on that, 87 yards on 11 attempts, week 1 too. So, and they had a bye this past weekend. So, but like you say, they played this past Thursday night, and West Lincoln, Tom Sain, I like what I see out of West Lincoln, Ken.
Yeah, I think I don't want to make any predictions right now, but I don't think they're in the bottom echelon of that conference. I think they're in the top echelon.
No, I think they're 1 or 2.
They're definitely in the top 3 or 4.
Yes.
I would say that for sure.
Now, maybe in the whole entire conference, I like you 3 or 4. But I'm telling you, in the Lincoln County, between Northeast and West in Lincoln, I'm gonna say they're 1 or 2, Ken.
Yeah,
but we'll know more as the season goes on because they'll play those teams. But yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Cherryville Ironman, let's say came to town Thursday night last night and played them boys, and so like I said, Ken, it's gonna be an interesting season for West Lincoln. I think Tom's got a chance to win his first playoff game this season, Ken. All right, Kenny, we're gonna take a small break and we'll be back right here on WLON 1050 AM. It's Tim Johnson, Ken Link on the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show.
So many things that I wanna say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight.
Welcome back to the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. Ken Link, Tim Johnson here with you every Friday. You can catch us live. Also, you can catch us at the games too, Ken. I want to say hello to all our good friends out there. Ronnie Carter, I know Ronnie's listening. I want to say hello to Budgie Rice, Joe Avery, and, of course, Ralph Connor. All the Lincoln boys will be setting up our top of the bleachers. Come tonight watching the football game. So I want to say hello to those fine folks. Paige Rice as well.
Yes, and we know a lot of fans around the county, and we want to support all the 4 schools, and we appreciate folks tuning in and listening to us, and we're going to try to bring the stats to you and the previews of the game each week, and we're going to be talking about this South Fork 2A conference and what we think's going on in it and who the best teams are and what we think's coming down the pipe.
Absolutely. All righty, Kim, got the East Lincoln Mustangs lined up.
Yeah, those Mustangs, they had a bye this past week. We saw them in week 1, a defensive battle against Forest View, which they ended up on the losing end 7-6, but their defense played outstanding, Tim.
They did. I'm real impressed with their defense. Coach Lubitz has got a defense for sure.
Their defense actually gave up nothing. The only score by Forest View was a pick-6 interception for a TD, and they got the extra point early in the game. East Lincoln went for a 2-point conversion rather than kick it, and it was failed. And so second half, there was no scores. So that game ended up 7-6 with East Lincoln on the losing end. But their defense, despite a lot of turnovers, held on and kept Forest View out of the end zone.
They did, Ken. You know, like when we was out that game, we was watching. It looks like, Ken, the quarterback just to settle in a little bit. They're going to get good play out of the quarterback as the season goes on, and their offense is going to put more points on the board as well. But, you know, you got to credit Forest View's defense, too, on that night, too. They played pretty well as well.
They did.
But, you know, turnovers, East Lincoln had a lot of turnovers, Ken.
And there's a few penalties. It was first game jitters, and with the inexperienced quarterback, they used 2 players there, and both of them inexperienced, and they'll get better as they go forward, I'm sure. And I'm sure with this week off, to have the bye week, they worked hard on their offense to get it going better.
I guarantee they did.
They had a pretty good running back, Chandler Jones, who had 95 yards in that first game on 18 attempts. And Christian Parks, who had 75 yards on 5 attempts, 1 big touchdown run. But they just shot themselves in the foot with the turnovers. Had 5 turnovers plus a block punt. When you have that many, Tim, that just stifles your offense.
It does.
You can't do a whole lot.
You're right, Kenny. It sure does. And, you know, one of the defensive standouts on that football team, Ken, was Ryan Matz. He was all over the field, Ken, on the defense side of the football.
Yeah, I mean, he had 11 tackles, 2 for loss. He had a sack, forced fumble, recovered a fumble. Every time you turned around, you saw 88 out there doing something.
Right,
on that defensive side of the football. I think he played a little bit of tight end on offense as well. So he's a key football player for the Mustangs this year. Yeah,
and I also like Chandler Jones. He looked really good at running back. He had about 95 yards on 18 attempts. And Christian Parks, too, 75 yards on 5 attempts. They outgained yardage-wise then, you know, on Forest View.
Oh, yeah. They by far outplayed Forest View as far as total yardage. And watching the game, they outplayed Forest View. They just didn't win on the scoreboard because they had those turnovers.
The turnovers is what did it. And as a matter of fact, Forest View never scored.
No, they never. Their offense never scored. Like I said, the defense touchdown.
Yes.
Their offense never scored. They had a field goal try that East Lincoln blocked, so they didn't get that in either. So, great defense by East Lincoln. This week they got to play Ashbrook, Tim, and Ashbrook is an 0-2 team coming in. Now they lost their opening game to Clover, South Carolina, who is a pretty good team down there in South Carolina, one of the better teams down there. And so they were outmatched there. But last week they played East Meck, and they only lost 14-12 to East Meck. So they were competitive in that game.
That's a 4A team, East Meck. Is that correct?
Yes.
Bigger school?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ashbrook, they're going to be a little better competition what Forest View. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Running back Britis Brooks had 144 yards on 28 carries and a touchdown for Ashbrook last week. And quarterback Hayden Well had 95 yards rushing on 24 carries, a touchdown, and completed 4 out of 6 passes. So looking at that, Tim, looks like they're a running team. They're not going to throw it a whole lot.
Right.
I look for it to be a defensive battle. I do not think it's going to be a real high-scoring game. We'll see how it goes, but that's what I'm expecting. And if the weather is sloppy, you know, it could even lend its way to be even more lower scoring with a lot of mistakes.
Right. So you got East Lincoln Mustangs taking on the Ashbrook, the Wave. They'll be playing this Friday night, so they are not playing Thursday, Ken. They're playing Friday. Is that correct?
That's correct, as far as I know at this point.
So that's going to be an interesting game. We might be at that game, calling that game, Ken.
Very well could be.
Yep. So East Lincoln Mustangs, Ashbrook, David Lewitz and the guys will be playing at Ashbrook. So we have you more of that information coming up next week on the game, who wins and who don't, Ken.
That's true.
We're going to take a short break and be back after these messages.
Trying hard to recreate what had yet to be created. Once in her life, she musters a smile for his nostalgic tale. Never coming near what he wanted to say, only to realize.
All right, we're back here on the First Federal Lincoln County High School football shows. Tim Johnson and Ken Link every Friday on 1050 WLON 1050 AM. You can catch us live, Ken.
Yes.
I'm used to saying WCSL all the time, Ken. I got to get used to saying WLON now.
WLON. Because we're doing Lincoln County, and that's what WLON is about.
It's all about
Lincoln football. And, Tim, the South Fork 2A Conference, talk a little bit about that, what we see in that conference and to this point, and what we think is going to happen in that conference. Maiden has opened up strong, scoring 87 points in his first 2 games against Fred T. Ford and East Burke. They're getting good quarterback play, Tim, from a senior, Caleb Mayfield. Now, you know, Caleb Farley was there last year, and he was such a star for him. But
we got another Caleb now.
It's the other Caleb, and he's doing well as far as rushing the ball as well as throwing it. So he looks like he's a pretty big threat for Maiden. So they've come out of the gate and won their first 2 games easily. Also, Newton Conover, opening game, they won that easily, 51-0 over Bunker Hill. They had a bye last week, Tim, but I think Newton Conover, most folks are looking at them as probably
pretty good,
having the best team in that conference, just going out of the preseason into the conference play.
Yeah, we haven't saw Maiden play, but we know Maiden's going to be good too, Ken. But like you said, from what we saw down at Kings Mountain when they scrimmaged Kings Mountain, they were awfully good. Defense side of the ball, and also it was on the offense side of the ball too. They got a quarterback who can throw the football, run the football. They got a running back who's a power back in Stinson. So, you know, Ken, they're going to be hard to handle. They're going to put some points on the board, I guarantee you that.
Yeah, we expected the offense to be good, but we're impressed by the defense. And as they play other teams, we'll see how well they do. I think they got Hickory this week, and we'll see how that goes. West Lincoln, we've already talked about, Tim. If I was just saying who's the top 3 teams that you got to beat in this league, I would say
they would have to be in the top 3.
I would say Newton Conover, West Lincoln, maybe East Lincoln because of their defense.
Absolutely.
And I want to see what Maiden's looking pretty good so far, but until they play some other teams, it's hard to tell. But you may have Maiden and Lincolnton and North Lincoln maybe in there sort of mixed after those first 2 or 3, and I don't know what
order. How about Bandies? How about them, Kenny?
Well, I think they'll be in there. They could be in the mix too, but I see more like Bandies and Lake Norman Charter, more the lower end of the conference rather than upper end. But that middle of the conference is yet to be seen, Tim. I think Lincoln will start playing better.
Somebody's going to step up.
I think North Lincoln is really going to surprise some people, but until they play some teams and get some wins under their belt, showing folks there, they're probably not going to get as much respect. But I feel good about the way the people at North Lincoln feel about their new coach and where that program's going.
Yes, we've heard nothing but great things from the fans down at North Lincoln about their head football coach, Stephen Pack. That is for sure. And had a lot of great things we've heard about head coach there at East Lincoln too, head coach David Lubowitz as well. So those 2 programs. And I take in about East Lincoln. East Lincoln, we know their defense is good. They might be right there with Newton Conover because of Ryan Matz. But I'm going to tell you, if they get that offense going, Ken,
they'll be tough to handle.
They'll be tough to handle.
And as I said, they sort of shot themselves in the foot. They did move the ball and have some had good yardage, but they just didn't get on the scoreboard. They cut down those mistakes, start getting on the scoreboard. They're going to be a good team, and I think a threat to win that conference along with Newton Conover.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people say that whenever Newton comes to East Lincoln or Newton plays East Lincoln, they may have the better team, but they can't beat them. They can't find a way to beat, East Lincoln.
And sometimes that happens. Some teams just have their number.
Advantage East Lincoln.
You just don't know why, but that's just the way it is sometimes.
Absolutely. So, Lincoln has some great defensive teams, back in, I'd say probably 2014, 15, and 16. They couldn't beat East Lincoln. Because of one player.
But East Lincoln was pretty good back in those days. But like you said, they played them close several games.
They did.
But they couldn't quite pull out the
victory. They couldn't get over the hump. Yeah, you're right, Ken. So I'm like you, Ken. I think West Lincoln, without a doubt, is one of the top teams in our conference, along with East Lincoln and, of course, Newton Conover. And, Maiden, Lincolnton, Bandies, North Lincoln. I say
throw them in that mix. I don't know how it's going to come out.
I'm gonna say North Lincoln 4th. I'm gonna say Bandies, Lincolnton, right there somewhere. I'm gonna say that. That's my opinion.
So we'll see how it goes. We'll be following the Lincoln County teams and keeping you updated on the South Fork 2A all season long.
Absolutely. All right, it's the First Federal Lincoln County High School Football Show. Tim Johnson, Ken Link. We'll see you guys at the football game tonight. Have a good weekend.
Do you remember?
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. Teaming up with dependable independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local auto owners insurance agency is Moon Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincolnton, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lakeshore, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincoln, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. You're invited to drop by and see our brand new big showroom. Now open at Active Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Yes, it's big, it's bright, and it's full of great deals on Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMC trucks. Hey, it's Truck Month. Come in now and get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $5,500 total cash allowance on the 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Come in for all the details at the all-new Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC truck, 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital, the importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? One female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can decrease the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful prosthetic enlargement, anal tumors, and testicular cancer. It can also decrease and eliminate urine spraying and marking of cats. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today.
Drew, this new city just makes me miss home, man. Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and it's icy cold, just like your mom's. But I miss home. Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean? Or close the fridge, Ryan, and stop letting all the cool air out. Or turn them lights off, Ryan. All right, got it. The sweet tea is just right. But you know I'm going to tell my mom you got jokes. No, don't.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. This is Jason Sane, Philip Russ. We're at Von Ray Harris Field here in Lincolnton, North Carolina. Tonight's contest between the Lincolnton Wolves and the East Gaston Warriors. Last week's contest postponed due to the weather. That'll be played Thursday this coming week. But you're listening to the Ronaldo Automall broadcast on WLON 1050AM. You can catch us on the YouTube channel, streaming live, ktcbroadcasting.com, WLON1050.com, and you're listening to the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. Locations in Lincolnton, Boger City, and Denver. Phil, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good football weather. Sunsets over the trees here, Von Ray Harris Field. Contest tonight, 2 teams looking for their first victory, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well,
someone's going to come away tonight.
East Lincoln knocked off North Gaston earlier the first week of the season. They beat North Gaston 34-31 in a nail-biter, and ever since, East Gaston's been trying to find an identity. Bessemer City shut them out 22-0 in week 2. They ended up playing last week and took a loss to Stuart Kramer 51-13, a foe familiar to the Lincoln crowd. Lincoln comes in here with an 0-2 record. As said before, you know, they had to postpone last week's game against North Gaston due to weather. there were tornado watches in the area and everything like that. But tonight, you know, sun setting over Von Ray Harris Field here in Lincoln, North Carolina. A beautiful night. It's going to be cool. Kind of gives you that premise that fall is here. Just kind of give you a rundown of where Lincolnton's been thus far this year. Week 1, they faced a very talented Stuart Kramer team. They dropped that one 40-7. And then the second week of the season, they brought in here their first home game of the season against South Point. And anytime you bring in the reigning 3A state champions into your park, you're going to expect a good ball game. And they dropped that one 59-6. So both teams here taking lumps in their last 2 contests, trying to right the ship here tonight in Lincolnton with a win.
Yeah, definitely looking to get back on track. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have the Classic Ford Lincoln and Shelby players to watch. Done got a few picked out from each team. Could be the keys to victory tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast, the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. We'll be right back on WLON 1050 AM.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Sub. Tuesday, the Oven Roasted Chicken Sub. Wednesday, the Turkey Breast Sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT Sub. Friday, the Tuna Sub. Saturday, the Black Forest Ham Sub. And Sunday, the Meatball Marinara Sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boger City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Unless the Lord builds a house, its builders labor over it in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincoln is built on. Key Builders in Lincoln is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at keypropertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040, or visit their office at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too. Summer sales event is underway at Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Coming now and get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 and the GMC Acadia SLT. But that's not all. Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby has 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 Buick Enclave and the 2017 Buick Envision Preferred. Coming now for all the details in the summer's best sales event. Ronaldo Cadillac Buick GMC, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Welcome back to the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast of the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. Philip Russ here with Jason Sane. We're live at Lincolnton High School tonight. The Lincolnton Wolves will be taking on the East Gaston Warriors. Just first off, we're going to take a look at some keys to the game tonight. couple keys for East Gaston coming in the game. 3 games already under their belt. They got to find a way to limit their turnovers. They got 11 on the season.
Yeah.
Both interception, fumbles. I mean, so it's across the board. They got to protect the football. The quarterback play early is going to be key for them. He's a big component of their offense, and they're playing a very athletic, tested defense coming in here, you know, with Lincolnton facing Stuart Kramer and South Point already. They've seen some high-profile offenses early on, so how he responds early in the game. For Lincolnton is just to limit the penalties. They've been the big drive killers for them early on in the season. A lot of their drives, 4 touchdowns, have been marked by a penalty.
Got to see how quick they get back into form, having not played last week also.
Exactly. Well, 2 weeks of practice, you know, that's going to limit out the penalties probably. And another thing, it kind of helps you format your offense. A lot of times in football, your offense is slower to the game than your defense. Your defense can get out there and they just read and react, but your offense has to try to develop timing, and that was good for them. Just now to go to the Classic Ford of Shelby players to watch for East Gaston would be Kobe Creamer, the quarterback. So far last week, the last game they played, he was 13 for 30 for 151 yards in the air with 2 rushing touchdowns. A lot of the play comes from that dual threat back there at quarterback. And for Lincolnton, the player to watch will be quarterback Terrell McLean. He kind of all-purpose everything from passing to running. They've seen a lot of success with his running and his throwing, you know, but he punts, he returns kicks, and he plays defense at linebacker. So
big part of everything they do.
He does a lot for those guys. And lastly, before we break here for the national anthem, next week, East Gaston faces off with another Lincoln County opponent. Will be in that broadcast as they face off against the East Lincoln Mustangs, who tonight is also looking for their first win of the season. And Lincoln will open up conference play against Powerhouse Newton Conover, who's the fan favorite for the conference title here in the new conference for Lincoln. Other than that, that kind of wraps up our Classic Ford of Shelby player to watch and keys to the game. And that is also your KTC broadcast and What's Up Shopper upcoming schedule for the Wolves and the Warriors.
Yeah, that's a lot to look forward to tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what McLean can do here tonight again, see if he can give those Wolves an identity. Lincolnton band on the field, as we said, colors being presented by the ROTC. They are in formation. They've introduced some seniors tonight, I believe, but about to observe a moment of silence. Then we'll be observing the colors national anthem. We'll be back with some Wolves football as they take on the East Gaston Warriors tonight at Von Ray Harris Field. So thanks again for joining us on WLON 1050 AM. You're listening to the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast. This is the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show. It's Jason Sane, Philip Russ bringing you the action. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come into Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital, the importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? One female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect a female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can decrease the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful prosthetic enlargement, anal tumors, and testicular cancer. It can also decrease and eliminate urine spraying and marking of cats. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too. Whether it's birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tea time by calling 828-428-2451. Visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com. The Cleveland County Fair returns September 28th through October 8th. It's Cleveland County's biggest annual event. Plan now to bring the family to the 93rd Cleveland County Fair. Entertainment includes the Cervini Family Circus, Extreme Illusions and Escapes, Act Monsters, Chainsaw Art, Boomer and his Farm Delivery Truck. Plus, enjoy the sounds of blend with hits from the 50s and 60s, along with country and gospel. Plus, Demolition Derby on the grandstand. Plan now to be there September 28th through October 8th. The 93rd Annual Cleveland County Fair. Online at clevelandcountyfair.com. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Welcome back here at West Lincoln for your Renato Auto Mall broadcast. Still in the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show here. Both teams taking the field. Captains coming on for the coin toss here in a beautiful night here in Lincolnton. The weather's kind of calmed down. It's beautiful fall evening. Good flavor here. You know, I know a lot of fans maybe didn't want to leak out tonight. A little worried still about the Hurricane Irma situation, but it looks like she's going to push westward.
That's good. Sun is setting behind the trees. Tips of the trees just now touching the sun, so she'll be gone in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And the captains are making their way onto the field. The East Gaston captains are already congregating with the referees, and the Lincolnton captains making their way to the 50-yard line as we speak. Looks like, well, can't see them in the turn sideways at the moment. As soon as we can catch a number, we'll let you know who tonight's captains are.
Just to give you kind of like a preview of how your Lincoln Wolves have done this season thus far, passing-wise, Terrell McLean's been 13 for 24 for 184 yards and a touchdown. Tyshawn Harris has had 40 carries for 113 yards. And Tyreek Hollis, he has had 7 receptions for 127 yards, 1 touchdown in the air, and 1 rushing touchdown. Defensively for your Wolves, players to watch tonight and to keep tabs on in your manual. Zach Lucas at linebacker has 16 tackles already recorded this season, and Nick Espindola has 12 tackles and a sack for the Wolves. Captains for your Wolves tonight are going to be number 6, Skylar Evans, number 3, Tyshawn Harris, number 7, Terrell McLean, and number 73, Parker Gaines. For the East Gaston Warriors, looks like it's going to be number, is that 22?
I see 75 out there. Who you got for 75?
75 is Landon Van Dyke.
And the other is a 62.
And the other is 62, which is Kellen Wilbanks. So running out for the captains for East Gaston are 2 of their big boy offensive linemen. The white hats explaining the sides of the coin to both teams. East Gaston's going to have the option to call it in the air. We have the toss.
Looks like East Gaston won the toss. That's who he spoke to first and deferred, of course. Now he's asking Lincoln McLean. Almost certainly at the top. Nope, tapped Lincoln. So Lincoln won the toss and is deferred to the second half. So now the choice goes to East Gaston. Will almost certainly choose to receive.
You know, as much as you would anticipate that was called, there have been a time, I know that the North Carolina Tar Heels 2 years ago actually went out there. There was a defer, and they chose to kick. So they chose to give the possession of the first ball game to the opposition, and then also at the second half, they also got the same possession. So North Carolina kind of made a miscue. There are miscues sometimes what you would anticipate.
Yeah, sometimes captains get confused out there in that situation, particularly in high school, and don't understand the intricacies of the deferral to the second half. deferring the choice. So if they want to receive in the second half, just because you choose to kick in the first doesn't mean they can't choose to receive in the second half if they want to toss and defer. So got to kind of have a little what am I thinking there? I got to have a little feel for the game.
That's right.
Got to understand some more than just your playbook sometimes.
We're about 3 minutes or so from kickoff here. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the First Federal Savings Bank pregame show here. When we return after break, we will probably be leading off with the kickoff and the start of tonight's ball game between the Lincolnton Wolves and the East Gaston Warriors. You're listening to the Ronaldo Auto Mall broadcast here on WLON 1050 AM and KTCBroadcasting.com. Please check in with those, and now a word from our sponsors.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come into Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchell's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchell's Kitchen. Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital. The importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? One female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect a female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can decrease the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful prosthetic enlargement, anal tumors, and testicular cancer. It can also decrease and eliminate urine spraying and marking of cats. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com. The Cleveland County Fair returns September 28th through October 8th. It's Cleveland County's biggest annual event. Plan now to bring the family to the 93rd Cleveland County Fair. Entertainment includes the Cervini Family Circus, Extreme Illusions and Escapes, Act Monsters, Chainsaw Art, Boomer and his Farm Delivery Truck. Plus, enjoy the sounds of blend with hits from the 50s and 60s, along with country and gospel. Plus, Demolition Derby on the grandstand. Plan now to be there September 28th through October 8th. The 93rd Annual Cleveland County Fair. Online at clevelandcountyfair.com. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the Trade Up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Exit 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School. The opening kickoff went out of bounds at about the 15-yard line by number 22, Brian Cedeno. So East Gaston will start at the, well, the line judge didn't have the ball marked. He was going to mark the ball at the 25. Now they're going to move the ball up to the 35-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, East Gaston Warriors from the 35. All right. East Gaston in shotgun, going to go twins right, slot left, 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback, number 44, Brody Hilton. Looks like he's going to have a carry for about 5 yards. Trucked a linebacker at the line of scrimmage that was coming in to hold the field, and we've got an injured player on the field. Looks like it's going to be one of East Gaston's offensive lineman, number 72, Chase Harper, down, curled up on the field there. Another player we didn't mention early in the pregame show was fullback Brody Hilton for the East Gaston Warriors. Playing fullback, he come in the game tonight with several carries. And he totes the ball really hard for them. He's a downhill guy, kind of what you would see for you Lincoln County folks. It's kind of what you would anticipate in the backfield for a fullback at West Lincoln High School.
Yeah, that's certainly the approach I was seeing there between the tackles. And he lowered his shoulder and got to that second level. So definitely some hard running. It's not the kind of injury that you're going to walk off. He hasn't even changed position. He's still laying there with the trainers attending to him. So Phil, I think we might take a quick break, try to get back to the action after they've sorted out this injury. Thanks for joining us, WLON 1050 AM. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company. 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
And we're back here at Lincoln. Injured player moved off the field. Going to have twins right, slot left formation. Inside receiver comes in motion across the front. It's going to be a direct snap to the quarterback. Handoff to number 44, Brody Hilton. He's going to go for a gain of about 3, maybe 2, depending on the spot. So it's going to be about 3rd and 3 here. Now East Gaston bust out in a 2-by-2 set with the fullback to his right. And we've now got an injured player for the Lincoln Wolves, number 55, Mauricio Lozano. Replacing him is going to be number 8, Caden Wyatt, at the outside linebacker position. So the ball's going to be put back in play. 2-by-2. Running back's going to be to the right-hand side of the quarterback.
Wyatt better be ready for Hilton coming at him. He switches sides, sure enough.
Quarterback with the cadence. Here's the call, the handoff. Oh, it's pulled out by the quarterback. Going to be a little speed option. He's going to run all the way. It looks like he's going to lose yards as he lost yards on a speed option play to the left. Tackled by a gang of Wolves. So the Wolf Pack swarms in and takes down quarterback number 5, Kobe Creamer, for a significant loss there. Going to push it back. It looks like it's going to be about 4th and 7. So anticipate we're going to see the first punt of the ball game here. Back to return for the Lincoln Wolves are going to be number 3, Tyshawn Harris, and number 5, Tyreek Hollis, 2 of the mainstay athletic backs for the Lincoln Wolves in a dual return set here.
A couple of names we've heard before. Past broadcast, end over end punt, headed towards the sidelines. Not a chance to return. It goes out of bounds around 35. Mark it at the 31-yard line. I think that was a pretty generous spot. That's more where it landed than where it went out, but that's where it's going to be marked. And so the Lincoln Wolves will start their drive from their own 31 with their first possession here in the first quarter. 10 minutes to go.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the right hash for the Wolves as they break out of the huddle. Coming out showing a twins right set, tight end left. McLean's going to be under center with a dual back set here. Lucas in the backfield with Harris. A little quick pitch to Harris to the left. He's going to break off the edge. He's got a big gain here. Definitely got the first down, pushes. And the ball's on the ground. There's a fumble, and it's going to be recovered by the East Gaston Warriors. Looks like it was recovered by number 22, Jackson Rutledge of the Warriors. So a great play. Going to be muffled up by a fumble by Harris there on the quick pitch.
Yeah.
Probably was going to be a gain of about 15, but didn't have that thing out there, and Rutledge was able to poke it out, giving his offense the ball back at their own 47-yard line.
Yep, so a fumble lost there on the first possession. It was an Eddie's Auto Parts first down, followed by a first down for East Gaston on recovering the fumble. So
East Gaston's going to break the huddle with a trips left, slot right. Running back's going to be to his left. Quarterback's going to go check with me to the sideline, barks out his calls, gets everything reset. Here's the snap, handoff to the fullback. Fullback's going to fumble himself. He's going to cough it up, and it's going to be recovered by the Wolves. So we've just had a double exchange of two huge turnovers by the running backs in the ball game.
Yeah, he was held up at the original point of contact. Somebody came flying in there and just punched the ball loose, flew about 15 yards backwards.
So the two big offensive plays so far for both sides have been fumbles.
Yeah, I'm going to call it number 6. Skylar Evans got in there and knocked that one loose.
Big plays, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for your Lincoln Wolves here. Right hash on the 30-yard line. So a good field position change there for the Wolves. They coughed it up, so you could almost say they never got off offense.
Yep.
First play of that drive for the East Gaston Warriors results in a huge fumble that looked like it almost kicked off of somebody's foot or was punched out so hard that it actually carried back 10 yards.
Yeah.
So now Lincoln is going to be on the right hash. 1st and 10 from the 30, driving in. McLean's going to be under center, tight end left. I formation, hands off to the fullback 32. Looks like that's going to be Zach Lucas. Zach Lucas is going to be stopped at the line by a defensive lineman for a very small gain of maybe a half a yard. You know, that we've not seen a lot of fullback play from the Wolves early on this season. Been a lot of play from the quarterback and from the halfback position. A lot of run left, run right there.
Yeah, Lucas, 160-pound junior, wide receiver, strong safety, not a typical fullback.
So I formation again, tight end right. It's going to be a handoff to Harris through the A-gap, right side. He's going to get low and push a few Warriors back as they're tackled there. It looks like almost about the 28-yard line. There's a little extracurricular action there between Tyreek Hollis and maybe somebody in the secondary for the Warriors. Big game for both of these teams. They both want to come out here with a win. You're going to see a lot of emotion tonight because, one, Lincoln wants to find the win column, and two, East Gaston would love to go back 500 on the season with their second win of the season.
It's 3rd down and a couple yards to go, Phil, but they could keep the pass option open because they would be going for it if they didn't pick it up.
It's going to be a halfback dive to the left. Now, Harris is going to redirect and go right, and he's going to be out of bounds. It looks like the 9-yard line. He just got there, filled his gap, went left side A gap, and the Sam Backer kind of filled in there for East Gaston. And he just, do what athletes do in space, just give you a little shimmy, and then they're gone.
Yeah, he bounced back, gave up about 2 yards, but found some space and was turning the corner once he broke containment.
So Lincoln finding a lot of success here with the I formation. Going to go back to a 2-back set, twins left. The tight end's going to be down here on the right side. McLean under center, takes the snap, fakes pitch to Harris, to Lucas, who's not even looked at, and he goes in untouched for a Lincoln Wolf touchdown. There they kind of faked the quick sweep and got the linebackers to freeze in place, handed it off to Lucas off the left side A-gap, and he went untouched through 2 defensive linemen, a linebacker, and a free safety. So with 8:18 to go in the first quarter, the Lincoln Wolves get on the board here with a rushing touchdown by Zach Lucas, the fullback. On the kick for the Wolves will be number 22, Brian Cedano. Number 5, Tyreek Haas is going to be on the hold, and it looks like number 51, Ian Beal will be the snapper for the Wolves.
Well, we got one too many people out there making their way to the sideline. That's going to be an illegal substitution.
Here's the snap, the place, the kick is up, and it's going to be good. So with 8:18 to go, Lincoln 7, East Gaston 0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Drew, this new city just made me miss home, man. Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and icy cold, just like your mom's. But I miss home. Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean? Or close the fridge, Ryan, and stop letting all the cool air out. Or turn them lights off, Ryan.
All right, got it. The sweet tea is just right. But you know I'm going to tell my mom you got jokes.
No, don't.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
Having trouble finding a car or truck at a price you can afford? Your troubles are over when you stop in at Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton. At Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton, they make buying a pre-owned vehicle easy. No credit, no money to put down. Milholland Automotive has banks to get you approved. Come see the selection today at Milholland Automotive, 423 West Main Street in Lincolnton. Visit the website at milhollandautomotive.com for a complete list of inventory, or give them a call at 704-736-1000. That's Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton.
Welcome back to Lincolnton, folks. Lincolnton Wolves take an early lead, 7-0 over the East Gaston Warriors. Cedeno here to kick it off for the Wolves. Kick's going to be up. It's going to be a high end-over-end kick, going to be received at about the 11. Warriors are going to bring the ball up to their sideline, and he's going to have a little window and a little crease, and he's going to push up past the 30. Looks like he's going to make it about the 35, and it looks like that was returned by number 18, Preston Osborne, a senior receiver, 6'1", 168 for the Warriors. So good return there. That looked like it wasn't going to start out for much from the 11, pushes all the way up to the 35-yard line. So it's 1st and 10, right hash for the East Gaston Warriors. Warriors going to break out from formation into a 2-by-2 set, 2 receivers right and left. Back's going to be to the left of the quarterback. Creamer with the snap. He's going to hand it off to the fullback, who puts it on the ground, and it's another fumble. But it looks like it's going to be picked back up by Creamer as he just dives on it to try to save it, this offensive drive here for the Warriors. About the same type of result they had from the first play of their last drive.
Yeah, he's racking up the negative yardage on the ground.
So it looks like it's going to now be 2nd down and about 14, 2nd and 14 from the right hash. Ball's going to be at about the 31. They're going to come out showing a trips left set, trips left with a slot right. We're going to have a flag on the play. Looks like there was going to be like a quick slot pass, but that's going to be negated by a penalty. Going to be false start Warriors.
Saw the ball on the ground again as well, Phil.
Yeah, they're getting a little stressed out with the much athletic defensive front from Lincoln here tonight, showing a little bit different motion, a lot of movement on that front line, giving a lot of keys for those linemen, and they're more focused on what they're trying to block as opposed to just getting the snap off.
Yeah, they got them there in their heads, got them concerned, looking across that line as they go through their snap count.
You know, seeing this week, there's a lot more communication in the second level for the Lincoln Wolves. So we got trips left, slot right, snap to the quarterback. He's going to pull it out and look to pass. He's going to throw it up, intended for his slot back, who's going to be overthrown. That slot back, the pass was intended for number 35, Chase Blackburn. But he's going to be overthrown there. Just more like one of those chunk it up and hope he gets underneath it.
Yeah, that was
not a very precision pass there.
Well overthrown. Not much chance on that one.
So 3rd and forever here for the Warriors. I suspect you do something here not to give over a quick turnover. You'd rather save face, get just a couple yards here, then punt it away and try to let your defense get the ball back for you. Going to be a snap to the quarterback. He's going to run. Speedy fella out to the right. He's going to get tackled, looks like, by Zach Lucas at the 40-yard line. So that's going to be about a 15, 14-yard gain there for Creamer. It was a design quarterback run. There was no look downfield to the trip side or the single slot side. It was more of just to catch the snap and go. So we're going to have 4th and 6. Punt unit back on the field for the Warriors.
Yeah, he drew it back like he was thinking about passing, but run all the way.
Very speedy guy, though. He got to the edge and was able to make up ground really quick.
Yeah, they were
those
playing
14 yards were zoomed, and there they were.
Yeah, they were playing pretty loose coverage, of course, 3rd and 20. Gave up 13 on the ground, though, as a result, before they could bring the coverage up. Usher him out of bounds.
So here's the punt. Wobbly, dead duck-looking ball.
Takes a good bounce for East Gaston. Pass to return, man. It's inside the 20. They're picking it up around the 16.
Great punt there. It was ugly, but it was good. It was productive.
Yep, that's going to net about 40, 50 yards.
So we're going to see the Lincoln offense jibe back out on the field after a very productive exchange there in their second drive of offense. The first drive kind of resulted in a big play fumble. The next following play, there was a fumble by East Gaston, and then Lincoln kind of took over and never let their foot off the gas as they drove all the way down for the score.
Yep, Zach Lucas with a misdirection play from 8 yards out goes in untouched with 8 minutes and 18 left on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. That's why we stand 7-0. There's the snap rolling out to his right. It's McLean. Ball swatted down by number 75.
Landon Van Dyke, big defensive lineman there, standing at about 6'3", 274.
I got his paws up on that one. And McLean's first pass attempt goes incomplete. Never really got going at all.
Another good play design out of the I formation, a formation that seems, at least tonight, to work for the Lincoln Wolves.
Yeah, it favors the run. So
exactly, and it puts you to sleep defensively. You have to justify the run, and then they leak out with that sprint out passing.
Yeah, they're lucky they got a hand up, or they might have had a little something. Looked like they had a man in the flats that he was going for. Quick pitch left.
He's going to have a seam here. He's got good blocking. He's going to get up to the 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. He's still running 35-30, 25-20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lincoln. Huge play by number 3, Tyshawn Harris. Looked like it was going to be a quick pitch to the left. He just planted, got vertical, and then went to his sideline all across the field for a huge gain and touchdown.
Yeah, I got
for the Wolves.
85 yards on that. And I'll tell you what else, Phil. I believe he stepped out of bounds around the 30.
Yeah, around the 30.
The referees were running to catch up and just completely out of sight. You're running, your head's bouncing, just don't think they saw it. I think I saw it, but hey, who knows what I really saw up
Somebody
here.
will see it on the film room on Monday and definitely this weekend.
But right as it goes, it's a touchdown in the book with 6:22 to go. An 85-yarder for Tyshawn Harris. And Brian Sedano lining up for the extra point.
So we definitely had a Silver Point home touchdown there by Harris. Here is the PAT. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. And your score from Lincoln Wolves 14, East Gaston 0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966, and this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership, 16 locations up and down the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs for the best prices, plus they have certified and trained service personnel and a professional staff with years of RV knowledge. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at 95 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Inflated his stats.
Welcome back to Lincoln. The score on the scoreboard is 14-0 on your First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. So the kickoff from Lincoln is going to be caught and brought up the field directly up the middle by East Gaston. Return is going to be by KJ Dagout, number 14 for the Warriors. He's going to bring it up from about the 15. It looks like they're going to have placement at about the 31. So another productive kickoff return there from the Warriors. As it sits now, Lincoln on your First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincoln Wolves 14, East Gaston 0. We've not had a lot of chances to really bring up some of our sponsors, but we've had 2 Silver Point home touchdowns. A lot of quick play, one-hit wonders for touchdowns.
The ball may have been on the ground there. A little trouble with the exchange. Collected right around the line of scrimmage, but East Gaston looks like they're going to hold on to possession. Didn't really even see who recovered it or who dropped it or anything. Just kind of maybe the exchange never took place.
Right, and just because it looks like by the spot we're going to be 2nd down and 10 again from the 31. Actually, it might be 30.5 because it's not technically at the 31.
Yeah, dropped it forwards.
So we're going to have like a trips right set. Motion's going to be to the backfield. Handoff to the fullback, step back pass. Number 5 is going to look up, throw it deep. Intended for number 9, Malik. Looks like number 9, Jalen Creamer. Probably the quarterback's brother there, hence the last name. But the pass is going to be overthrown to Jalen. He overthrown for about 15 yards the second time. He just kind of stood back there, tossed it up in hopes and prayers that the ball would come into his receiver
Tell you what, looked like the receiver on at the top of the field actually had a step on his defender. So Jake Thomas up there at the top, sophomore, trying to work deep. May have actually been behind his man, just opted the other way, so we'll never know.
So they go hard count here, going to go trips left. It's a little quick fake pitch. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to plant.
Get the ball on the ground, actually, Phil.
Golly, and that's the kind of stuff you usually see take out of the ACLs, but the quarterback's able to pop up. His foot kind of got stuck in the turf.
Somebody grabbed his arm. That's why he stopped so awkwardly. It caused him to drop the ball, but he was made to fall on it immediately. Actually, a gain of about 6 for Toby Kramer.
So it's going to be about 4th down and looks about 5.
Going to punt it away, though. They're deep in their own territory. Not much option there. Punt unit comes out.
So back to receive the punt for the Wolves will be number 5, Tyreek Hollis, and number 6, Skylar Evans. So a new returner back there for the Wolves, number 6, Evans.
Last man at the punt unit makes his way onto the field, causes he's Gaston to call a timeout. So we're going to take a timeout with them, folks. We'll be right back after a quick commercial. WLON 1050 AM.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, any double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451. Visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Our local auto owners insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
East Gas is going to show a little rugby-style punt as they roll out and kick it, and it's going to be picked up at about the 25 on a little roll. Hollis is going to pick it up, and he's going to return it to the 30, 35, 40, 45. Going to be pushed out of bounds by a couple Warriors at about the 46-yard line there. It was a good return, but kind of scary because they had a defender right in front of his face.
Yeah,
but he picked it off and made him move.
Rolling to a stop and scooped it up, moving sideways. Able to get away from the initial defender and turn it into a 20-yard return.
So 4:27 left in the first quarter. First Federal 7 Bank, Lincolnton 14, East Gaston 0. Lincolnton starting their drive. 1st and 10 right hash from the 47-yard line. I formation, double tight, set, slot right. It's going to be false start on the Wolves.
Some movement. Got defense coming in, maybe early, depends on what they call, but I think I saw movement.
Yeah, and quarterback took a heck of a lick there by the nose guard and Mike linebacker. As he cuts a somersault in the backfield, took maybe some unneeded contact there that was let go by the officials there. It's going to be 1st and 15 after the false start penalty on the Wolves. So it moves them back to the 42-yard line. Going to show same formation, double tight, slot right, I formation. McLean under center, little mis-exchange between him and the fullback. He's going to pull it, keep it for a midline, push ahead for just a couple yards. Looks like he was trying to get outside there maybe to the pitch man, Harris, but he just ducked up inside in what looked like a improvised midline type play. So it's going to be about 2nd and 12. So he was able to pick up about a gain of 3 there, it looks like. Right hash steal, double tight set, going to go same formation again. McLean's barking out orders, reads his defense. Mike linebacker walks up to the line. Here's the snap, a little quick hot pass to number 4. He's going to be tackled, but it's going to be close to a 1st down, and that pass was received by Sincere Pearson, the tight end for the Wolves. A little quick tight end hot, just dumped it right above the second level defense of the linebackers and puts Lincolnton in a great position here to get a 1st down and keep the drive alive.
Yep, 2nd, half a yard. Whole playbook can be open here. They can take a shot down the field if they wanted because they're on their side of the field.
Looks like they're going to have a measurement. They're a little unsure. Maybe it might be close enough they could push it and give them the 1st down.
Yep. Or if they're short, they maybe want to know how much.
I can tell you right here, if you're the play call guy for Lincoln, you could just simply go something that's worked earlier on in the year for them, just a little quarterback sneak, let McLean run straight ahead.
But there's not going to be a need, doesn't come to find out. That's already an Eddie's Auto Parts first down.
Big first down there for Lincoln as they push on their side of the 50. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line on the right hash.
Yeah, they stretched out the chain. They had it by several lengths.
Going to break out of the huddle, go tight end left, slot left, right, I formation. Typical set you're going to see from the Lincoln Wolves this year. McLean under center. Snap, handoff to Harris, who's going to get behind his blocker, is going to push forward. A little penetration there. Tackle's going to be made by 75, Landon Van Dyke of the Warriors, but Harris was able to push ahead for a good carry of about 3 or 4 yards there. You put 3 or 4 yards together 3 or 4 times, you're going to get 10 yards and find yourself driving down the field. So good gain there for the Wolves.
Be picking up first downs, putting points on the board. All receivers line up to the right here.
They're going to be twins right, tight end left, I formation. Here goes going to be a sprint out right. Got plenty of protection and plenty of time. Going to be able to complete his pass to, looks like number 6 is going to be Skylar Evans. And we got a little more extracurricular activity down there. Number 7 from East Gaston. Looks like Orlando South there did not like the play or did not like the fact that Skylar was fighting for extra yardage. Gave him a little conventional shove and maybe some jawing there. Like I said, a lot of high emotions here early on in this game as both teams in dire need of a early season victory here.
The referee takes a look, decides they don't need to measure that one, Phil, so they're going to go ahead and move the chains. That's another Eddie's CarQuest Auto Parts first down.
East Gaston shows blitz, so a quick snap, direct snap to the quarterback for a quarterback sneak. And he's going to get almost 9 yards there on a simple quarterback sneak as he gets all the way to the 3rd level when he's tackled by the free safety.
I think he just caught the defense get late to get set, so they just rushed to the line, quick snap one, plow straight ahead. That last play actually ran 2 tight end set, so maybe one of the few times we've seen that out of Lincoln.
Lincoln's going to break the huddle. This time going to go twins left and a double back set with the tight end to the right here. A lot of options on the field for Lincoln. He's going to fake the quick pitch, and the play that scored a touchdown was the quick handoff to the fullback. And once again, he's going to slip by the first level defense and make it all the way to about, looks like the 17-yard line. Another big run there by Zach Lucas in the fullback position and a misdirection play. And that's another Eddie Auto Parts first down.
Yep, that's a good quick hit and play that catches you off guard. You see that quarterback show the ball over his head like he's handing it off one side, and then they hit you in the other direction.
Lincoln breaks out in the conventional I formation play. It's going to be a misdirection handoff to Harris. He's going to go off the right side, get several yards before he's tackled down by the 2nd level of the East Gaston defense. His fullback went left, showing block. That's usually a key for the backers to flee their zone and go over top, and all he did was just take his first step and then break back to the right for a decent gain, almost 5 yards there on the game.
Yeah, he was stopped short of the end zone, though, but inside the red zone, just outside the 10-yard line. Linebacker did a good job of holding him up after the initial contact.
Our classic forward of Shelby player to watch, Terrell McLean, doing a great job operating his offense down there tonight, calling his own number some runs and being able to stick it in the gut of the right guys at the right time. I formation again, going to be a handoff to Harris, but he's going to be sucked up a little bit in the backfield.
They've lost a few there.
Yeah, the big nose guard, number 90 for East Gaston, Jamari Caldwell, just going to reach out that bear paw and try to find him a snack, and it ended up being the arm of Harris as he just pulls down that old ham bone and tries to snack on it there for a big loss.
Yeah, but he had him going backwards. He actually got hold of the jersey and reeled him in. Nothing doing, so now they're at the 15. Still trying to get into that end zone, but it's 3rd down now. About 8 to go to pick up a first, which they can't do.
Show a new set tonight. Go trips left, fullback right behind the quarterback, sprint out left. McLean looking, got plenty of time. Looks in the end zone's got, he had an intended target of Malcolm Durr. But he's going to get batted down. He had a step on his defender, but the corner made a great play to reach his hand in between Durr and able to knock the ball out. So great pass, plenty of protection. Got to really commend this Lincoln Wolf offensive line this week. They're providing lots of time. McLean's able back there to see through his check downs. He checked down through the first guy, second guy, and his third option was there going across the end zone and an in route. And he was able to put the ball on time, but just a great play by the corner there from East Gaston. So we're going to see the field goal unit here by Lincolnton. Number 22 is on the kick, Cedeno. Ball snap, kick, hold, and it's going to be good. Field goal by Lincolnton here pushes the score to Lincolnton 17, East Gaston 0. Now we're going to have a word from our sponsors. Thanks for tuning in to WLON 1050 AM and KTC Broadcasting.
The Cleveland County Fair returns September 28th through October 8th. It's Cleveland County's biggest annual event. Plan now to bring the family to the 93rd Cleveland County Fair. Entertainment includes the Cervini Family Circus, Extreme Illusions and Escapes, Act Monsters, Chainsaw Art, Boomer and his farm delivery truck. Plus, enjoy the sounds of Blend with hits from the 50s and 60s, along with country and gospel. Plus, Demolition Derby on the bandstand. Plan now to be there September 28th to October 8th. The 93rd Annual Cleveland County Fair. Online at clevelandcountyfair.com. Get the biggest off-road savings of the year now during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance Sale at Full Throttle Power Sports. 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Gastonia. Rebates go up to $4,000 and financing as low as 2.99% APR on high-performance racers, legendary sportsman ATVs, and Ranger, the world's best-selling utility side by side. See Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Gastonia.
Welcome back to Lincolnton. Here the scoreboard reads First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Lincolnton 17, East Gaston 0, waiting on the kickoff from Lincolnton. 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. The officials are looking at the scoreboard. We're going to have a little bit of clock run off, so it's actually going to be 14 seconds left on the clock, and Cedeno is going to be able to kick it off here for Lincolnton as the officials get back in place for the kick. Another wonderful, beautiful night, beautiful sunset here in Lincolnton. The kick's going to go deep. It's going to be received at about the 13, brought up the East Gaston sideline. He's going to be tackled, it looks like, just beyond the 25-yard line. Now we've got some laundry on the field. There's going to be a flag. It looks like it's going to be about the 32-yard line. Here's the call from the White Hat. Probably going to go against the Warriors, and it is. It's going to be, what, blocking the back there?
Yep.
So good return from about in just outside the 10 is going to push them back deep into their own territory. Going to start from, it looks like, the 18-yard line on the right hash. So East Gaston here got a long field to plow just to get in any type of range for some points. So you're going to break out of the huddle, going to go to a trips left look, running back to the left, slot right. Wingback's going to go in motion to the right, then break back to the left. Quarterback's going to keep it. Creamer's going to roll to his right and try to get to the edge. Nothing doing there with the athletes on Lincoln's side as they just swarm in and make a big tackle for a loss there.
Yep, can't make the line of scrimmage.
Tackle for loss is going to be your classic Florida Shelby player to watch. Offense and defensive phenom, number 7, Terrell McLean there on a tackle for loss for the Wolves. Quarterback versus quarterback there, and Lincoln had the upper hand, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Lincoln 17, East Gaston 0. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the start of your second quarter.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank with 3 offices in Lincoln and also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. The Can-Ams have arrived at Al Lane Motorsports in Lincoln. They're big, they're bold, and they're now in stock at Al Lane Motorsports. See the new 2018 Can-Am Maverick X3 or the new 2018 Can-Am Outlander 1000 XMR. Ask about special financing on selected 2017 models. Outlane Motorsports, your new Can-Am dealer serving Lincoln, Gaston, Cleveland, and surrounding counties. Online at outlanemotorsports.com.
Hell, I missed it.
Welcome back here to Lincolnton. Going to be just a quick handoff exchange and going to be tackled by a swarm of Wolves. Looks like it was led there by number 55, Mauricio Lozano, and number 51, Ian Beal for the Wolves. Big play there, good defensive charge and push ahead. So it's going to be 3rd and long here for the Warriors as they go 2-by-2 from the shotgun. Creamer looking across, barking out signals, brings the guy in motion. His fullback to the left, going to be a jet to the fullback to the left, 44, Brody Hilton, our Classic Ford player to watch. He's going to get off the left-hand side, and he's going to be tackled, maybe a gain of 5 there, about third and 13, and now it's 4th and 9, so we're going to probably see the punt unit for the Warriors. Back deep for the Wolves is going to be Hollis and Harris.
It's a low-line drive.
It's going to be directed towards Hollis. He's going to fake like he's going to catch it, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Yep, trickles harmlessly out of bounds, but not a huge net gain on the punt, but I've certainly seen worse. Lincoln offense takes to the field. Comes back out again, see if they can put more points on the board. Their first drive here in the 2nd quarter.
Just a quick round out of some scores. Drawn 6, Cherryville 0. Shelby Golden Lions lead the Crest Chargers 10-0. And here on your First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincoln 17, East Gaston 0. So Lincoln breaks out of the huddle on the right hash. 1st and 10 for the 47. Going to go Twins right, tight end. Quick pitch left to Harris. He's going to have an angle on the defensive end. But the defense is going to reach out and grab his jersey, number 35. Chase Blackburn's just going to get just enough to pull Harris down. So what could have been a step away from a big gain is going to actually be a loss for the Wolves. Could be, it looks like, maybe a 5-yard loss there.
Yeah, Harris's last 2 carries have been keyed on. He's been dropped for short losses. Looked like more of a one-man-to-beat situation, but the one man did his job and brought him down. So they're keying on Harris at the moment. Might see him try Zach Lucas or a quarterback keeper with McLean a time or two here coming up.
Let's go trips right, and it's going to be a quick pass step off screen to Evans. Hollis is going to get a good block. Evans has got the edge, and he's at the 40, 35-30, 25-20, pushed out of bounds. Well, where he's standing, it looks like the officials got him out of bounds at maybe the 37, 38-yard line. Didn't know that he got that close to the sideline, but they've got a better judgment down there where we're at. There's a little bit of a delayed whistle because Evans was still making a play and the defense was still in their pursuit angles. Had he not stepped out, he could have took that one all the way.
Yeah, about a 19-yard gain on that quick screen pass.
But just good enough for another Eddie's Auto Parts first down for Lincoln. They're driving here, 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line on the right hash. Going to go trips left, fullback behind the quarterback, fake handoff, quarterback keep. He's going to get another quarterback keeper and he's going to push to at least another 8-9 gain. So another great play by the Classic Ford of Shelby player to watch. Terrell McLean from the quarterback position.
Yeah, something went wrong there, Phil. He opened up to his right, and the running back went by him on the left.
Right,
that could have actually even been a handoff that just after he realized it was blown play. Either he opened up to the wrong side or the running back went the wrong way. And he just
either way, that is a miscue that usually doesn't go to people's favor.
No, I'll tell you what I think happened. It was supposed to be a dive right, so when the running back wasn't there, he just shot through the hole himself.
So we're going to have slot left and right, and it's going to be a direct handoff to Harris up the middle, which is just going to be perfect for that play to be able to get another Eddie Auto Parts first down, able to get the yardage needed here, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25.
Yep, so he's yo-yoing back and forth. After that long run, he hit 119 yards. He's had 5 carries since, and he's at 124. He's went forwards, then he went backwards, and then he went forwards.
Yeah, a lot of that east-west running, not north and south, ends up costing you in football.
Of course, then you break that 85-yard touchdown when you do manage to turn the corner. That one time you get away.
So they're going to go tight ends, left, right, slot left, right. Here we go. The Harris, he's going to break deep off the edge, and just talking about a big play off the edge, He's going to have a touchdown, but it's probably going to be negated here with some laundry on the field.
Looks like a hold right about after he had picked up about 10 or 15 yards. That little extra move that broke him was indeed a hold. They're signaling it's going to come back.
It's probably going to be a receiver, cornerback. Receiver going to be holding out there on the edge because that last cut he made was able to break him free for the touchdown.
They're going to have to silence the bell, I'm afraid. So he picks up 15, though, and then they mark it off from the spot. It'll come back 10. So
the irony of our conversation, what we were just talking about, going east and west and making big plays to kind of offset those lost plays, and then all of a sudden he jets ahead, but it's negated from a hold penalty. So we're just going to see here now, first and about, after the run, 1st and 6, looks like, from the 21-yard line right hash. Going to break the huddle in their typical conventional I formation. McLean with a snap, hand off to Harris off the right side again. He's going to meet contact, but he's going to deliver the blow, and he delivers the blow and pushes him almost to the first down marker. The Lions crew had to drop the marker because here comes Harris just forcing 3 Warriors in his direction as he keeps charging ahead. Harris is going to have to come off the field, though. Looks like his helmet broke free and fell off, so he's going to come out holding his helmet. So Lincolnton in the huddle here. Break out with a new running back. So it's going to be slot left and right. It's going to be I formation. Now Lucas at the halfback position. New fullback in the game's number 8, Caden White. Snap handoff's going to go to number 8. No, ball's going to be on the ground, and it looks like it may be recovered, and it is recovered by East Gaston. So number 18 there, Preston Osborne for East Gaston, able to recover the fumble from the new fullback, number 8, Caden White, puts it on the ground in his first carry of the night, and it will be 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Warriors. Another score from the area. South Point 21-0 over Clover. Burns Bulldogs, East Rutherford tied 14 apiece. It's going to be twins left, slot right for East Gas. It's going to be a direct handoff dart play to the running back. He's going to get big yards. And that looks like that was what started out being the quarterback. No, that's going to be number 6.
That's Donovan Mobley.
Donovan Mobley, who got Mobley in the backfield and busted for a big gain there.
Yep,
so handoff there, and he was able to get another 8-yard gain, so to put it 2nd and short here.
His first carry didn't go as well. He gave up about 5 yards, but that gets him back in the positive.
So it's set now where it's going to show strength to the right, but have twins to the top side. Motion in the fullback to his left. Going to be a handoff again to Mobley, who's going to just jet up between the guard and tackle. He's going to get hit and smacked by a couple Wolves, but it's going to be enough for Eddie Auto Parts first down. That's got to be close to being the first down for East Gaston on the game.
It is, indeed.
Having a lot of starter problems, starter issues in their offensive vehicle for the Warriors tonight as they get their first down with 7:15 on the clock in the second quarter.
Same formation. They're hurrying to the line now, hoping to keep the defense.
Quick read's going to be a jet motion from the twin side all the way across the formation to set it to a trips formation. Quarterback's looking to a single receiver side, and he's going to find him. Corner's going to lose his foot, and then he's going to be able to get upfield, making a couple guys miss. Carries over the 50, 45, and he's going to be tackled at about the 44-yard line. Another Eddie Auto Parts first down for East Gaston, the second one of this drive. Big pass play, but there's going to be laundry on the field, and it's holding on the Warriors. So that big pass play, that was a big play, maybe a jump starter for the Warriors offense, is going to be brought all the way back for a potential hold on the offensive line.
26-yard pickup after the cornerback, Skylar Evans, fell down there on the edge. He's out there on an island with number 9.
So we had some quarterback love there as Brody Creamer threw it up to his brother Jalen. Jalen was able to break, make some guys miss, and a big opportunity missed there as one of the offensive linemen for the Warriors was getting a little bit too hungry with his hands and locked in too much and was able to bring the play back. So 1st and 20 now for the Warriors. Hard count motion left in the fullback. Across the thing, going to be a handoff fake. Quarterback's just going to pull it, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield. Don't know if that was a busted play or if he was just scared of which direction to go in. because once he got the ball in his hands, there were 3 wolves standing there with foaming mouths ready just to lurch on it.
Yeah, he just didn't find anybody open. Clock in his head was winding down, so he tucked it and just got what he could. There wasn't much to be got.
Actually, looks like he may have lost on the play.
Line of scrimmage, if that.
East Gaston with more of an unconventional looking trip set as the inside receivers, the fullback, kind of an offset tight end to the twin side. Going to be a handoff, fake pull, quarterback pass. He's going to look over the middle for number 14, KJ Dagout. But once again, Creamer's passes seem to be just sailing over 5-6 yards over each receiver he's intended tonight, except for his brother.
Yeah, he hit him nice on a good little curl pattern there. He had his defender playing off about 5 to 7 yards.
But you know, a lot of times when you rush your pass and you're not able to plant your feet and you sit back there on that back foot, you're able to just get that ball up in the air, and he's just pushing it instead of really controlling his arm through the zone to make a good pass to his receivers.
On the move a lot back there too, throwing on the run, a little cross body from time to time.
Looks like an empty set, little offset tight end. And we're going to have a timeout here from East Gaston, their second one in the first half. And we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back in just a moment on WLON 1050 AM and KTC Broadcasting.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they will get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincolnton, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. The summer clearance event is away at Aberdeen Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincolnton. Now get up to $3,250 total cash allowance on select new 2017 Dodge Chargers. Get $2,000 cash allowance on the new 2017 Dodge Durango. And that's not all. During the summer clearance sales event, get up to $4,000 total cash allowance on 2017 Dodge Journey. Come in for all the details during the summer clearance event at Aberdeen Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
So third down and long pass. Here's the snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's got plenty of time looking deep. He's got a man that's got a step. He's going to throw it up. And interception. It's going to be intercepted by number 5, Tyreek Hollis of Lincolnton. Huge play there. Got an extra step. Maybe he was just stalking that receiver and was able just to haul in a big interception there on the play.
It's almost as good as a punt, though.
Yeah, definitely there. You know, third and about a mile, and then you just throw it up.
Everything he had on his arm, he chucked it out there, and either catch it for a first, or if they intercepted him, I could have about been better to slap it down, make a punt. But hey, got the ball back as Lincolnton, starting at their own 30 or their own 33. So
right hash, tight end right, slots left, right, I formation. Going to be a handoff to Lucas. He's going to get pretty good cut lane. He's going to break it all the way out here to the left-hand side, Lincoln sideline, and get plenty of yards to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, tackled out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Huge run there by the fullback. And another extracurricular activity on the sideline, and this time it's going to be caught by the official as a flag. As Lucas was getting up off the ground, he took an elbow forearm to the throat and kind of knocked his head back. Looks like it's going to be called on either number 22 or number 12 from East Gaston there. Once again, you know, that's about the third time this game we've seen some extracurriculars between the two. This time it looks like East Gaston is going to fall victim, and it's going to be a huge deficit of penalty yardage there, as now what turned into a huge offensive gain on the ground and an Eddie Auto Parts first down. Now we're going to tack on more yardage for a personal foul against the Warriors. It's going to be 1st and 10 Lincolnton from the 8-yard line, left hash. They're going to break out in the I formation, tied in to the right.
So from their own 35 down inside the 10.
Hand off to Harris, who's going to plant, cut left, and he's going to go in and dive across the end zone. And we have another Lincolnton touchdown. Harris was able just to make a plant. Looked like he was going to go right behind the center, planted in the ground, and went to the left outside behind the left guard, left tackle. Great push there by those big hogs up front, and they were able to dive across the end zone for another Lincoln touchdown here early on in the first half. So as the score stands right now on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincoln 23, East Gaston 0. Cedeno out to kick, Hollis with the hold. Here's the snap. The hold is bobbled, and Hollis is going to pick it up and scream fire call, going to run to the right. Makes the guy miss, and he's going to be in. 2-point conversion's good on the muffled snap. So another miscue botch play is going to be made up big by an athlete in Hollis as he just outran the entire field goal block unit to make a 2-point conversion there for the Lincoln Wolves. And the scoreboard on your First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincoln Wolves 25, East Gaston 0. We'll be back in just a moment after word from our sponsors.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Bogue City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. The summer clearance event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincoln. Now get up to $3,250 total cash allowance on select new 2017 Dodge Chargers. Get $2,000 cash allowance on the new 2017 Dodge Durango. And that's not all. During the summer clearance sales event, get up to $4,000 total cash allowance on the 2017 Dodge Journey. Come in for all the details during the summer clearance event at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln.
The kickoff by Cedeno is going to be to number 18 of East Gaston. Going to be Preston Osborne, who's going to catch it at about the 14, going to break to his left, try to get to the middle of the field, and he's going to be tackled at about the, looks like the 19-yard line, maybe 18. Actually, they're going to give a pretty generous spot there, and it's going to be the 21. So East Gaston here going to start with 5 minutes, 8 seconds in the first half left on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Lincoln Wolves 25, East Gaston Warriors 0. Going to break from the huddle, going to go to a spread shotgun look, going to go twins left, slot right, 2 running backs in the backfield. Motions the fullback in motion to swing to a swing pass, going to pitch it out to him in space. He's going to get around his receiver, get a pretty decent gain, and get pushed out of bounds. Pretty good reception there by Brody Hilton, showing that he's a do-it-all fullback. We saw him tonight be a lead blocker, take some snaps as a halfback, get out there in a swing pass there as a receiver, showing good hands and a lot of athletic ability for the young man for the Warriors. Kind of a do-it-all kind of guy, and that's why he was chosen to be one of our key watch players. Our Classic Forward of Shelby player to watch, Creamer, the quarterback, was able to put the ball on time. So they run the same play, same formation, but the quarterback's going to just pull it and keep it. He's going to break left and right, and he's going to go out of bounds at his sideline for Eddie Auto Parts first down. Almost had the same look as the previous play, the previous pass play, where they were able to put Hilton in motion. This time Creamer just takes the direct snap and busts out a design quarterback run. So going to show out of the huddle, twins right, slot left, dual back set, both sides of the quarterback as they get their signs from the coordinator on the sideline. Once again, Hilton in motion, going to his right. Creamer back to pass. It's bobbled up in the air. Intercepted by Lincoln, and he's going to the 20, 15. He's going to be tripped up by the quarterback, and he's going to be down at about the 11. A great play, a little tip action, a little tip drill. Went through both hands of the receiver, tipped up in the air, and brought down. Huge play by number 11 of Lincoln, Demetrius Ford. Great play by that young man.
Almost took it to the house. Got a shoestring tackle from the quarterback after he threw the interception. Did play a little defense, tripped him up just enough to bring him down, but they're on their own. They're on the 11-yard line, deep in Warrior territory, looking like they're about to put some more points on the board with 4 minutes 43 to go in the first half of the play.
Lincolnton's offense takes the field, lines up, smelling points.
Little double tight end formation, going to be a handoff to fullback Zach Lucas as he just gets rode in for a decent little gain directly behind center.
It's that play we saw him score with earlier, but this time it goes for a gain of 5. They can get a first down without getting into the end zone here, Phil, but they'd have to be within inside the 1 yard line, but could happen.
2 weeks of work really shows to prove beneficial for the Wolves tonight, because this offensive line is really finding a way to push straight ahead and get yardage for their backfield. That's something they were struggling on in the first couple games. Now it looks like the timing and the drive is really paying off. So double tight set. McLean's going to take it off the right edge, and he's going to get smacked by a linebacker out of bounds close to the first down marker. McLean pulls his own number. Looked like it was a speed option, but it was a quarterback run all the way. Going to have a little bit of a player shook up on the play there. He's going to go down at the 1, the guy that made the big hit for McLean. They kind of, 2 bulls in the ring, kind of go head-to-head, and he was holding at his right knee. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back here after the injuries assessed.
Summer sales event is underway at Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Come in now and get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 and the GMC Acadia SLT. But that's not all. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby has 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 Buick Enclave and the 2017 Buick Envision Preferred. Coming now for all the details during the summer's best sales event. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look.
DKDS Macron.
Yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale.
Welcome back to Lincolnton. 3:44 left in the first half. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, 25-0 Lincolnton. Here's a handoff straight up the middle again to Zach Lucas. Another touchdown, Lincolnton. The Lincolnton faithful has now found themselves a decent little fullback as he goes in for his second score of the ball game. Just getting hidden back there, a little short stature guy getting hidden right behind those big hogs and finding his way into pay dirt again for the Wolves. Cedeno out to kick the field goal, or the extra point, mind you. He gets his steps off from the hold. Hollis to hold again. The last snap was botched, but Hollis was able to run it in for a 2-point conversion. See, his snap's a little high, a little off, but it's down, it's up, it's good. And the score here from Lincolnton, it is now 32-0 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
Summer sales event is underway at Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Come in now and get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 and the GMC Acadia SLT. But that's not all. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby has 0% financing for 72 months on the 2017 Buick Enclave and the 2017 Buick Vision Preferred. Come in now for all the details during the summer's best sales event. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look.
DKDS Macron.
Yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on out at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale.
Well, the Cedeno kickoff goes out of bounds at about the 19-yard line, a low line drive kick out of bounds. Second one of the night that goes out of bounds. Score just in, West Lincoln 14, Fred T. Ford 6 at half. Other scores are Burns leading East Rutherford 17-14. Shelby 10, Crest 7. So East Gaston breaks the huddle, going to go Twins right. Going to be a handoff to number 6.
It's Mobley.
Mobley's going to get wrapped up by several Wolves.
Lost one on that play. Not quite able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
One thing,
go ahead.
Well, one thing we're seeing a little different with East Gaston, their linemen are just standing straight up trying to catch blocks, and they're not getting a lot of movement. And these athletic Lincolnton defenders are just able to penetrate gaps and make big plays.
Yeah, they're in the backfield almost immediately. Another reason the pass game's having trouble is he's often scrambling for his life back here.
So going to be the same formation, out of shotgun, Twins right, slot left. Quarterback's going to bring Hilton in motion to the right. Creamer's going to fake the handoff, look across the middle to number 14, and yet again another pass that he throws off his back foot.
Yeah, he's
and
rushing
he
himself.
overthrows number 14, KJ Daggett. It's got to be disheartening for those receivers that are getting good moves on those secondary guys. They're all wide open, and these passes are just sailing over their head.
He could stick it in his numbers. He could catch it and possibly even make a move after the catch. He's getting good separation.
So back to that East Gaston unconventional trips look. Be trips right, slot left. Another pass play, little pump fake action, tossed up deep. He's got a man on step and literally hits him square in the chest. Pass brother to brother, hits him in the chest and bounces out of play. If caught, would have been a no doubt touchdown.
Yeah,
but
got a little clumsy with his cornerback turn there. Couldn't sink his hips and open his chest up. Just kind of came around a different direction, bounced off his shoulder pad, like you said.
Looked like more like a hitch and go type play there. He pump faked the hitch and then he sprinted out into the go.
He had the defense fooled. He was behind him again. Good separation the receivers are getting. The quarterback passes a little errant. That time it was pretty well on the money and just dropped.
So back to return for the Wolves is going to be number 3, Harris. Pretty decent punt bounce.
Another bounce for the East Gaston Warriors. That's happened every time.
Yep, he's going to put it down at about the 23-yard line.
It's an excellent net gain for that punt, about 50 yards. There's a bounce in your direction. That helps a lot when a punt's winding down.
Very true. So the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard shows 2 minutes, 41 seconds here in the second quarter. Lincoln is going to have 1st and 10 from their own 23 with the score 32-0 Lincoln's favor. A position Lincoln loves to be in, especially in front of their home crowd. Well ahead and been able to play around with their offensive scheme.
Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. Well, it's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They may have to go to the pass at some point if they're looking to score again before the half, and you know they are.
So he's looking to pass, sprint outs right, and he's just going to plant and go back vertical, and he's going to have plenty of room. And he's actually got a decent little lane. We've got a good block here. He's at the 40. He cuts across the field, all the way across the field. He's going to be tackled at 35 by number 19, Cade Hill. Cade Hill just happened to be in the right spot because he was the last man of defense for the Warriors. So our classic Fort of Shelby player to watch, Terrell McClain, with a huge quarterback run. Looked like it was going to start out as a pass play to the Twin side, but the pocket just kind of formed around him and opened up in the middle. He planted, got vertical, and got a big gain and another Eddie Auto Parts first down for the Lincoln Wolves.
Yeah, about a 42-yard scamper there when it was all said and done. Looked like he was going to break long there for a good portion of the run, but some pursuit finally caught up when he had to change direction.
So same formation, going to toss it out to number 5, Tariq Hollis, who's going to catch it on the step off. He shakes and breaks about 2 tackles and gets vertical for about a 9-yard gain. Tackled by 3 members of the secondary. So yet again, it was Twins right set, double back in the backfield, tight end left, and they're finding a lot of success in this formation. A little formation we've not seen early on in the year that's been able to, get their athletes in space and let McClain kind of see the field and decide what he wants to do with the football. So here it's 2nd down and 1. A good position to be in. Minute 30 showing the clock. From the 26-yard line right hash. Going to go to a double tight I formation, slot left. McLean turns, pitches left to Harris, who's going to get it off the left edge, and he's at the 20, 15, 10. He's still on his feet, makes two guys miss, goes across the 5, and he's got an angle, and that's a Lincolnton touchdown. Harris for a huge offensive rush there for a touchdown for the Wolves. He just was zigzagging, and then he finally got his crease, and he just stayed on that angle all the way into the end zone for the Wolves. Great rush there by Mr. Harris.
Yep, that's his second touchdown on as many carries, 26 yards out. He gets in with 1:08 left. So that was the long run they needed. Here's the first half winds down.
First Federal Savings Bank now showing it will be 38 pending the PAT here by Cedeno. Waiting on a member of the PAT unit to jog on the field. Got a little excited on the touchdown. He was ready to go celebrate and get some Gatorade. That big hog done worked a little bit, and he forgot he had to get out there and block a little bit for the kick. With the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's going to be a low line drive that barely skims the edge and maybe gets a little bit of moss off that field goal post. But it's good, and your score here, Lincoln 39, East Gaston 0 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincolnton, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. When it's time to call your order in for your special event, call the Chuck Wagon Grill for any occasion. They'll cater to your every need. They'll even bring it to your doorstep. And be sure to check out their prime rib. It's absolutely out of this world good. The Chuck Wagon Grill is open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with some great day lunch dinner specials. Be sure to check out their homemade soup on cool days ahead. For your catering, call 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27, east of Lincolnton.
Here's the Lincoln kickoff. It's going to be deep, going to be returned from about the 14-yard line. Number 6, Mobley's going to go off to the left hash, and he's riding up the left hash. Got a pretty good seam until he's just laid out. Looked like a little WWE out there, a little body slam by number 45 from Lincoln. Josh Walker there, big special teams play. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Warriors from the 37-yard line on the left hash. On the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, a minute showing, Lincoln scored another Silver Point Homes touchdown by Harris to push the score now 39-0 Lincoln in favor. So it's going to be twins left. Actually going to be 2-by-2. Running back to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Mobley to the left. And he's going to get swallowed up. Maybe a gain by 1. Looked like maybe a gain of 2 or 3 there. He kind of looked like just, you know, a plane that got hit by a missile in the air as he spun around and landed on the ground, helicopter style.
He disappeared into the pile, but he actually shot out the other side for about 2 yards. But was brought down eventually by a host of Wolves.
So here we go in that unconventional wingback trips. Running back's going to be to the left of the quarterback, slot left. It's going to be just a handoff pulled out by the quarterback. He's got a ton of pressure in the backfield. He's just scrambling to his right and just throws the ball up, and it's going to be intercepted. Big interception there by Lincoln. It's going to be caught by number 20, Dajay Powell. Dajay Powell, big interception there for Lincoln, and the quarterback was just put on skates as he's trying to get out of the pocket and get out of danger. 3 Wolves pulled chase. They were hungry for some supper, and he just threw the ball up to get rid of it. So kind of like tag, don't get me, just I want rid of the ball. And
they definitely
gave it right back to him.
Need to abandon the passing game at this point, Phil. They've had 9 attempts, only 1 completion for 5 yards and 3 interceptions. 10 attempts if you count the one that got called back on the hold. That was actually would have been their biggest gain of the night. But Kate called back on the hold, couldn't keep him clean long enough to get it away. And 3rd interception, Lincoln hands it off up the middle. Just head down, knees high. Zach Lucas plows forward. Pickup of about 5 yards on 1st down for the Wolves.
And that looks like it's going to be the last play of the first half as the clock's ticking off 3, 2, 1. And on your First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard here at the end of the first half, Lincoln at 39, East Gaston 0. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep and Dodge halftime show on the Renata Auto Mall broadcast. You're listening to WLON 1050 AM and KTC Broadcasting. We're coming to you live from Lincoln, and we'll be back in a few moments.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big, big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come into Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast. 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale, 704-276-1055.
A reminder to all from Lincolnton Animal Hospital, the importance of spaying and neutering controls the population. Did you know that one female cat and her offspring can produce more than 420,000 cats in 7 years? One female dog and her offspring can produce more than 67,000 dogs in 6 years. Spaying can protect a female dog from developing breast cancer and life-threatening infection of the uterus. Neutering can increase the likelihood of males fighting and can also protect male dogs from painful prosthetic enlargement and tumors and testicular cancer. It can also decrease and eliminate urine spraying and marking of cats. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop, driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic shelter, and swimming pool. Great group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com. The Cleveland County Fair returns September 28th through October 8th. It's Cleveland County's biggest annual event. Plan now to bring the family to the 93rd Cleveland County Fair. Entertainment includes the Cervini Family Circus, Extreme Illusions and Escapes, Act Monsters, Chainsaw Art, Boomer and his Farm Delivery Truck. Plus, enjoy the sounds of blend with hits from the 50s and 60s, along with country and gospel. Plus, Demolition Derby on the grandstand. Plan now to be there September 28th through October 8th. The 93rd Annual Cleveland County Fair. Online at clevelandcountyfair.com. It's time to trade up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Payment starts at $97 per month, or you can get 2.99% APR financing plus up to $300 customer cash. And that's not all. Get 2.99% financing APR plus up to $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for all the details during the Trade Up to a Yamaha sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. That's at 22 at I-85, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Welcome back to Lincoln for the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep and Dodge halftime show. This is Philip Russ here with Jason Sane coming to you live from Lincoln High School. The First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard shows Lincoln leading 39-0 over your East Gaston Warriors. Jason, do you have the LincolnCounty.com halftime stats?
I do. They weren't too hard to calculate for East Gaston, unfortunately. Not a whole lot of offense there. They have tried 9 passes, only one of which was complete to Brody Hilton for 5 yards. He's thrown 3 interceptions tonight, has Kobe Kramer, the quarterback for East Gaston. He has 7 rush attempts for 21 yards. That's Kobe Kramer, the quarterback. Donovan Mobley's been handling the rushing duties as of late, but he's got 5 carries for only 9 yards. And Brody Hilton, the fullback, has 4 touches for 12 yards, and they have yet to score here in the first half. That rounds out the East Gaston stats from LincolnCounty.com. So over to the Lincoln side of the scorebook.
The quarterback, Terrell McLean's got 6 pass attempts to his name, 4 completions for 47 yards, but no passing touchdowns just yet. Sincere Pearson caught 1 for 12 yards. Tariq Hollis caught 1 for 9 yards, and Skylar Evans caught the other 2 for a total of 26 yards. That rounds out the passing game, so let's turn it over to the run statistics here in LincolnCounty.com halftime stats report. You'll listen to the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show. For the rushing roundout, we've got Tyshawn Harris. He's having a night kind of like Kareem Hunt did last night if you watch NFL football, but after fumbling his very first touch of the game, which went for 14 yards, but he lost it over to East Gaston, he's come back. He's got 13 touches for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns to his name. Zach Lucas trying to keep the pace. He's got 7 touches and 2 touchdowns for 77 yards. Terrell McLean counts for the other rushing yards, 5 touches, 65 yards. Then there's Caden White. He had 1 carry, and he probably wishes he didn't because he fumbled it after picking up just a yard. And then there's Tyreek Hollis, who only has 1 carry for 3 yards. It was a blown play, but as you recall, that was the 2-point conversion that he scooped off the ground and ran in for 2 points. So only 1 carry for 3 yards, but it was a 2-point conversion. So he's on the boards and in the stat book is Tyreek Hollis. That rounds out the scoring for Lincolnton. If you chip in the Brian Sedano 32-yard field goal, and the score stands 39-0 Lincolnton here at halftime. And that's the report, LincolnCounty.com stats. You're listening to the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime show. This is the Ronaldo Automall broadcast of the Lincolnton East Gaston High School football game on WLON 1050 AM. Jason St. Philip Russ. Phil?
Turner Hauser Insurance Group has moved into the new location at 228 Main Street in downtown Lincoln. And you're invited to come by. Jamie Hauser can help you with your home, auto, commercial, farm, or life insurance needs. Turner Hauser Insurance Group is here to serve their community and help you protect what matters. Visit the new location, Turner Hauser Insurance Group, 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln. Just look for the big blue awning. Online at turnerhauserins.com. Call 704-732-9577. When it's time to call your order in for your special event, call the Chuck Wagon Grill for any occasion. They'll cater to your every need. They'll even bring it to your doorstep. And be sure to check out their prime rib. It's absolutely out of this world good. The Chuck Wagon Grill is open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with some great daily lunch and dinner specials. Be sure to check out their home soup on cool days ahead. For your catering, 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27, east of Lincoln. Your CarQuest dealer is Eddie's Auto Parts. And now Eddie's Auto Parts is your authorized dealer for Summit Racing Equipment, plus rough country lift kits. Get your onboard batteries and automotive detailing and cleaning supplies too. So race on in to Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street, Lincoln. Playing football is tough, and so is going to work every day. Sure, there are some days you don't feel like you're going to make it. When those days come, we invite you to visit Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic Center, 1814 North Astor Street in Lincoln. Now an additional location in Denver at 615 Highway 16. Dr. Robin Owings and Dr. Robert Schick invite you to drop by and find out how they can help you feel better. Hey, I did. Just call 704-735-9668 or visit the website at ProWellnessNC.com. Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic. They've always got your back. The Roundup Store in Shelby welcomes Mike Trent. Come in and see Mike for all your door and window needs. Come in and see what they rounded up at the Roundup Store, like distressed cross ties, $30 for a bundle of 16. Assorted sizes of interior, pre-hung doors are $40. See the line of all-wood kitchen cabinets, countertops, bathroom vanities, floor covering, and of course their famous Roundup buildings and gazebos. The Roundup Store, 610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at roundupshelby.com. Having trouble finding a car or truck at a price you can afford? Your troubles are over when you stop in at Milholland Automotive in Lincoln. At Milholland Automotive in Lincoln, they make buying a pre-owned vehicle easy. No credit, no money put down. Milholland Automotive has the banks to get you approved. Come see the selection today at Milholland Automotive, 423 West Main Street in Lincolnton. Visit the website at milhollandautomotive.com for a complete list of inventory, or give them a call at 704-736-1000. That's Milholland Automotive in Lincolnton.
Welcome back to Lincolnton High School. On the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincolnton leads 39-0 over East Gaston Warriors. We got some scores from the local area. East Rutherford 20, Burns Bulldogs 17, Shelby Golden Lions 10, Crest Chargers 7. Scrolling through, West Lincoln Rebels lead 14-6 over Fred T. Ford. Cherryville Ironman 7, Drone 6. Ashbrook Green Wave 20, Forest View Jaguars 13. That kind of rounds up all the scores we got. We do have South Point Red Raiders 21, Clover 0 at the moment. Just looking at some of the keys, Jason, what do you think East Gaston has to do coming out here to start the second half to try to do anything offensively? What do they need to do? What's the keys for them to be able to try to gain some type of edge back in this ball game?
Down by 39, they're going to have to come out throwing about the whole half, and going to have to get some offense going in the air. Like I said, they've tried 9 passes already, but 3 interceptions with only 1 completion. Now, there was one play that looked like a bright spot for the passing game where they picked up about 19 yards, but it got called back for a hold. That's where Kramer threw it to his brother Kramer to Kramer connection. But it did come back on the hold penalty. Would have been their biggest play of the game. But otherwise, really just not much offense even attempted. Well, not much more than 20 rush attempts, and the 9 passes, 3 of which have resulted in interceptions. Not all bad passes. A couple were tipped in the air, but one of them was thrown straight to the defense. So,
well, we talked about some of the keys of the game before the game that they needed to limit their turnovers. They have 11 already on the season in just 3 games, and then you add the 3 or 4 they've had tonight. I mean, that's going to put them almost above 15 turnovers. Looking at our players to watch, our Classic Florida Shelby players to watch. Just give me a little stat line of East Gaston's quarterback. We picked both quarterbacks tonight. East Gaston, Kobe Creamer, and Lincolnton's Terrell McLean. Just give me like a little statistical comparison between our 2 players to watch between these 2 programs.
The interceptions have been the bane for Kobe Kramer, unable to get the passing game going. 9 attempts, but 1 completion. He's been stuck on 5 yards since midway through the first quarter. And 3 interceptions, that's just, like I said, a couple of them weren't his fault, but one of them looked like it went straight to the defense. We've said a few times he overthrew a receiver, so he's just 1 for 9 with 5 yards passing, but he has chipped in the most yards on the ground, 21 on 7 attempts, but that's more when he breaks containment and essentially can't find anybody open. He has to run. But he has been able to get loose a time or 2. He's got 2 13-yard runs. So that rounds out Kobe Kramer's production through the air and on the ground. You flip the page to the Lincolnton side. Terrell McLean, his counterpart, the quarterback, he's had 6 pass attempts, 4 completions. So percentage-wise, that's looking pretty good, 67%. And he's got 47 yards, no passing touchdowns, but he's also chipped in 65 yards on the ground. If you recall, he had the rush not long ago, right at the end of the first half, that went for 42 yards and set up that last touchdown that they scored.
And he's made some big key plays, too, defensively. He's had a couple tackles for loss, and he's been – everywhere they need him to be. It seems like the first couple games of the year. Terrell McLean, a big player, big impact guy for Lincolnton.
Oddly enough, just noticed neither quarterback directly responsible for a touchdown. Now, of course, he did put together the long run that put him on the doorstep, but all rushing touchdowns for Lincolnton and a field goal. So 5 rushing touchdowns on the ground, 3 for Harris, 2 for Lucas, but no passing touchdowns, and he hasn't run one in yet. Hollis picked up the extra point that wasn't able to get off the ground and ran it in. So he's got the 2 points on the ground, but that's all the scoring for Lincolnton. And none directly the quarterback. No passing touchdowns, and he hasn't run one in himself.
Well, Lincolnton definitely holds the advantage in the Silver Point Homes touchdowns for the game. Being that the defense pitches a shutout here, defense for Lincoln has been getting up a lot of points early on this year. It's good to see that the coaches, they've had 2 weeks. A lot of times in 2 weeks you work on your time and you get your plays kind of, your kids get more comfortable because they're not getting stressed and having 3 days prep, a day of walkthrough and in a game. Now you've got several days, and it's able to show that good coaching is taking place over here in Lincolnton, and Coach Gibson and the guys are really getting these men ready for this game and probably for the rest of the season. I mean, next week they face a huge conference opponent, Newton Conover. Probably, they said a big favorite to win the conference, so they get a good positive momentum going into next week, and it may push Lincoln into a huge game next week as they face off with the Newton Conover Red Devils. But that's probably going to round up our Abernathy Chrysler Jeep and Dodge halftime show. This is Philip Russ and Jason Sane coming to you live from Lincoln High School. We're going to take another break, and then we come back. We'll have the start of your second half here in Lincoln.
Turner Hauser Insurance Group has moved into the new location, 228 East Street in downtown Lincoln, and you're invited to come by. Jamie Hauser can help you with your home, auto, commercial, farm, or life insurance needs. Turner Hauser Insurance Group is here to serve their community and help you protect what matters. Visit the new location, Turner Hauser Insurance Group, 220 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln, and just look for the big blue awning. Online at turnerhauserins.com. Call 704-732-9577. When it's time to call your order in for your special event, call the Chuck Wagon Grill for any occasion. They'll cater to your every need. They'll even bring it to your doorstep. And be sure to check out their prime rib. It's absolutely out of this world good. The Chuck Wagon Grill is open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with some great daily lunch and dinner specials. Be sure to check out their homemade soup on cool days ahead. For your catering, call 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27, east of Lincoln. Your CarQuest dealer is Eddie's Auto Parts. And now Eddie's Auto Parts is your authorized dealer for Summit Racing Equipment, plus rough country lift kits. Get your lawnmower batteries and automotive detailing and cleaning supplies too. So race on in to Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place. As you'll discover, roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Playing football is tough, and so is going to work every day. Sure, there are some days you don't feel like you're going to make it. When those days come, we invite you to visit Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic Center, 1814 North Aspen Street in Lincoln, and now an additional location in Denver at 615 Highway 16. Dr. Robin Owings and Dr. Robert Schick invite you to drop by and find out how they can help you feel better. Hey, I did. Just call 704-735-9668 or visit the website at prowellnessnc.com. Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic. They've always got your back. The Roundup Store in Shelby welcomes Mike Trent. Come in and see Mike for all of your door and window needs. Come in and see what they've rounded up at the Roundup Store, like distressed cross ties, $30 for a bundle of 16. Assorted sizes of interior, pre-hung doors are $40. See the line of all-wood kitchen cabinets, countertop, bathroom vanities, floor covering, and of course their famous Roundup buildings and gazebos. The Roundup Store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at roundupshelby.com. Having trouble finding a car or truck at a price you can afford? Your troubles are over when you stop in at Milholland Automotive in Lincoln. At Milholland Automotive in Lincoln, they make buying a pre-owned vehicle easy. No credit, no money to put down. Milholland Automotive has the banks to get you approved. Come see the selection today at Milholland Automotive, 423 West Main Street in Lincoln. Visit the website at milhollandautomotive.com for a complete list of inventory, or give them a call at 704-736-1000. It's Milholland Automotive in Lincoln.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School here for the Ronaldo Automall broadcast. We are coming to you live from Lincoln High School. The First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard shows Lincoln 39, East Gaston 0. We're fixing to kick off the second half here in Lincoln. Lincoln came out in the first half and really, expressed some good offense and had some key big defensive plays as they were able to return several bad passes into, positive turnovers for them as they got several interceptions. Look for them probably to continue on the ground with Harris, McLean, and Lucas. And then, like you said, during the Lincoln County halftime stats, McLean's really doing a lot of work back there, but not getting in the end zone. Lucas and Harris scored twice for the Wolves in that first half. And, like we said all along, the Silver Point home touchdown margin is heavily favored on the Lincoln side of the scoreboard right now, as the defense of Lincoln is pitching a shutout. Jason, what do you think right here before we start this second half? What do you expect to see here in this first drive from Lincoln?
Well, they'll keep it on the ground. I imagine one more score, and we may see a running clock a little bit here in the second half. That's usually the agreed-upon margin. I think either 42 or 48 points. Well, most likely about to find out. But Lincoln would definitely like to go ahead and score first and keep it on the ground, keep the clock running, get into the fourth quarter, just make the comeback that much more difficult for East Gaston.
Maybe see some new guys out there on the field toting the rock for the Wolves.
In the fourth quarter. Third quarter, I think we'll see the starters. They were trying to do a little onside pooch kick, but he didn't hit it just right. Kicked it over the fence and into the stands. So that'll be a legal procedure.
Our first home run of the ball game here in Lincoln as it goes out of the ballpark into the stands. A nice little free souvenir for the maybe 60 fans of East Gaston.
Probably have to bring that one back. It ain't like a pro game. It ain't like a foul ball.
Nah, Cam Newton was here. He'd be handing them things out like they were like candy away, for Halloween, don't he?
Well, you got to score first. They didn't give away quite as many last year as they did the year he established that tradition.
That's right.
I think they're going to bounce back this year, though.
Well, now you're going to see Lincoln's offense on the field. First drive of the second half. Ball's going to be placed at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, right hatch. And Lincoln is going to come out with a brand new set. A trips bunch left. Single back receiver. Here's the pass out to number 3, Harris. And he's got room and got the edge. He's at the 50, 45, 40, 35, and out of bounds at about the 31. So a unique set to start the second half. We thought run, and they come out trips bunch in a single I formation. All the trips receivers were in an I formation out here on the left. He threw to the back receiver, and, he was able to catch it in space and get upfield. Some great blocks by Evans and Hollis to free Harris for a pretty good gain. Another Eddie Auto Parts first down. First play, first down in the second half. So Lincoln is going to come out back to their conventional I formation. East Gaston with a 4-man, 4-2-5 look, and McLean's going to call his own numbers. He's going to just take it straight up the middle. A quarterback sneak right behind right guard. And he's going to push ahead. Looks like a gain of quite possibly 6 yards there. As he just kind of, steamed ahead, met the Mike linebacker, put him on skates, and pushed him on back for a couple more yards. Good, solid run directly up the middle for the quarterback there. So Lincoln in huddle here. 2 plays, 2 big offensive gains here. One in the air, one on the ground. Going to break the huddle, go twins right, I formation. Tight end's going to be to your left. McLean under center, barks out the signal. Here's the handoff to Harris out the middle going to his left. He's got an edge, a seam. He's gone. 10-5 touchdown. Lincoln, big play right off the edge. They kind of suckered in, biting, thinking it was just going to be a simple dive. And he was to jet outside to the left for an easy, smooth jog right into the end zone. Big play there for Lincoln as they go yet again in for a Silver Point Homes touchdown by Mr. Harris. I think that's his, 3rd of the night or 4th of the night?
Yep, he just went over the 200-yard mark with that 24-yard touchdown run. Unless I'm wrong, that's 3 carries in a row that he scored a touchdown. Caught the pass in between, but 3 handoffs in a row where he scored 2 of them from outside the 20.
So Cedeno back to kick the extra point here. Hollis with the hold. Here's the snap. The hold's good. The kick is up and good. So now, no good. Looks like I went a little too far right. So the score is going to be Lincoln at 45, East Gaston 0, and your First Federal Save and Make scoreboard. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Unless the Lord builds a house, its builders labor over it in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincoln is built on. Key Builders in Lincoln is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at propertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040, or visit their office at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too. Lincoln Animal Hospital is happy to announce their Customer Appreciation Week, May 22nd through 26th. They offer a special every day. On Monday, take 50% off nail trims. Tuesday, 15% off baths. On Wednesday, 50% off rabies vaccinations. On Thursday, it's a Smooch Your Pooch kissing booth from 4 till 6 p.m. And on Friday, take 50% off wellness physicals. And ask about their raffle for a very nice gift basket that'll be given away Friday, May 26th. It's all at the Lincoln Animal Hospital in Lincoln.
Now here's the Sedano kickoff for Lincolnton, and it is up and deep, end over end, going to be caught right at the 11. It's going to be Mobley, and he's going to take it all the way across the field toward his sideline. He's got a pretty decent little seam. He's at the 30, 35, going to be tackled down at about the 35, 34-yard line. So he went all the way across. That was a long way to run just to get a couple more yards. He had a seam, like they were setting up a left return, but
he got more than a couple. It was about 15 to 20-yard return. They set up a decent wedge. He just had to come back to the center of the field to get in behind it, take any advantage. Track down, though, to 35, having trouble moving the ball. Like I said, they're spreading out wide like they're going to throw it.
Yeah, 2-by-2 here, but doing that, the score is 45-0. We are going to have a running clock here on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Going to be motion right to a trip set, handed off to Mobley, who's going to just take the handoff, jet inside behind the right tackle. But he's going to be met by some Lincoln and defensive linemen. We're going to see who comes off the pile first. It looks like it's going to be number 55, Mauricio Lozano. Kind of just hangs out as a Mike linebacker there in the middle of that Lincoln and defense. Was able just to scrape over top and make a big hit on Mobley to put him down to the ground.
No gain.
Now they're going to, looks like they're going to run Hilton off and keep Mobley on the field. Going to go twins, maybe that offset trips. Look to the right, slot left. Creamer's going to call out his offensive set. Running back's going to be offset to the right. Here's the snap. It's going to be an improvised quarterback run off the right-hand side, and he's just kind of running more to the west. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Zach Lucas. And, no gain there. There was not, seemed like there was no step towards gaining yards. It was more just trying to avoid and run to the right as he finally ran out of room and crossed over that sideline. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, found himself in the Lincoln bench area.
That's right. And if you're a Warrior, you don't want to be in the Wolf Den.
No.
So from the right hash, they're going to go 2-by-2 here. Running back's going to be offset to the left of Kramer. Kramer looking very nervous and sporadic in the pocket as he just kind of bounces around. He's looking to pass, and he's getting chased out of the pocket by some Lincoln defenders. Throws up a duck, and it's going to be another interception. Lincoln coming up with another huge turnover.
There's a flag down, too, in the backfield. Probably going to be a hold or something to that effect, but with the interception, yeah, we got a hold. Going to be declined.
Looks like that was actually going to be Zach Lucas with the interception there. Big interception play. I mean, that's huge for Lincoln. And I mean, you got good production out of your secondary this game.
Get some ball back near midfield, too.
The pressure was brought by Noah Espendola, number 33. He chased Creamer all the way out of the pocket and forced him to throw over top of his numbers as he put the ball just up in the air, and there it was.
Oh, the cheerleaders did. They got him, and they're taking his flag.
McLean with the handoff to Lucas, and he's going to get swung around and tackled for a huge loss. He kind of got stumbled up and bumbled around, and he's going to be tackled by a huge loss by, looks like the nose guard, number 90. Number 90 is going to be, let's see who it is. Number 90 was Jamari Caldwell. Tackled on Lucas for a tremendous gain. Tackle for loss there. I mean, we're looking now 2nd and 25.
Yeah, he got him for about 12 there.
So after a loss, they're going to go that trips I formation out wide. And McLean's going to roll that way. He's going to look up, throw it for a wide open Hollis, who is all gone. 30, 20, 10, 5 touchdown Lincoln. He was just out there and outran everybody. Shows why he is a stud on the track and field team for Lincoln. As Hollis caught it, and it was breezed through his hair as he cruised nonchalantly into the end zone for another touchdown. That is another Silver Point Holmes touchdown for Lincoln here in the 3rd quarter, the second one of the quarter. So Lincoln coming out, firing out on all cylinders offensively as they push the score now. Pending the PAT, 51-0 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Good timely pass to that trips bunch. It was 2nd and forever, and McLean connects to Hollis for a big touchdown. So Cedeno back to kick, Hollis to hold. Here's the snap. Snap put down on the ground. Kick's going to be up, and it's going to be low and deflect and go to the left. So your score here with 6:11 in the third quarter, Lincoln at 51, East Gaston 0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers, and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory wheelchair and geriatric chair transport, handicap transportation services, and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Sedano ready to kick it off here for Lincolnton after the touchdown catch by Hollis to put the score at 51-0. Lincolnton kickoff's going to be end over end high, called it about the 10. Mobley's going to take it to the center field to his wedge. He's going to get a little bit of a seam. He's going to carry a guy for about 3 or 4 yards and makes it almost all the way back to the 30. Had a guy on his back for the last 4 yards there as he was carrying. He's really trying to turn out yards. That young man's really fighting tonight for his team.
Yep.
He took it, a good solid run, and then he got a guy on his back extra weight and carried him on through. So it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10. East Gaston on their own 31-yard line left hash. Here at this point, we should start maybe seeing some defensive adjustments and offensive adjustments from Lincoln, being that we got the running clock and the score as it is. So we're going to have it blown dead here. Timeout, Lincoln.
I don't know why. Lincoln only had 10 defenders on the field. I think they may have called timeout at the last second.
There comes the mysterious number 11 guy onto the field.
Number 11, the 11th man.
That's
missing from action. That's what it was. Lincoln had to call timeout there with only 10 men out there for defense. There was a wide receiver completely uncovered at the top of the field.
Well, if you look down there now, the big thing is Lincoln's finally subbed up on defense. Looking down on the bottom, you see that number 55, Mauricio Lozano, the Mike linebacker for Lincoln, is out. 73, Parker Gaines, a good night there at defensive tackle. He's now out of the game. And Zach Lucas is standing on the sideline sporting a fresh cut mohawk. So he made the interception in the last defensive series. So he is now on the sideline. So Lincoln coming out with a new fresh set of legs on defense as they're getting some younger guys some playing time.
Yeah, Demetrius Ford, the man at the top of the screen that was absent there at the beginning of the last play.
So here we go, trips. And there's going to be some contact in the backfield between the running back and the quarterback. Creamer ran into Mobley, but then Creamer goes right, bumps around, jukes a couple guys, goes back to his left.
Fumbles.
He's going to put the ball on the ground, but it looks like it's magnetized somehow to his palms because that ball just sucked right back up underneath him as he gains. He ran a total of maybe, looked like 18 yards and gained 2. He ran a total of 18 yards, gained 2 there as he was doing a lot of motion and a lot of angles, but the play started out bad and botched as he made contact with Mobley in the backfield as it was like a botched handoff there.
Yep. Crossed both hash marks, I believe.
So now it's 2 by 2. Quarterback's going to look to pass. He's going to kind of sprint left, sprint back, and he finds a connection to number 14, Daggett, who's going to make a guy miss, and he's going to be able to secure a solid Eddie Auto Parts first down there for the Warriors. First down of the second half for the Warriors as they move the chains here, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. So that was actually a pass that was on time and a decent route.
And on target, reeled in by number 14.
So maybe once you get down 51 points here,
Daggett.
you kind of calm down and get more relaxed and poised in the pocket. Here's a direct snap to quarterback, easy little side pitch to Mobley, who's going to be met and smacked right in the mouth by number 19 of Lincolnton, Cameron Sherrill. And number 8, Caden White, in there to make a big lick on the ball carrier.
All right, Kobe Kramer not stuck on 5 passing yards anymore.
So we're going to show that trips all set. Strength to the right. Going to have a slot topside by himself, solo to the left. Here's a snap, stuck in Mobley, but then it's give to Hilton and like a misdirection read. Hilton's going to have the edge and be able to stiff arm a guy as he goes a solid 8 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1 from the left hash at the 40-yard line. So kind of like they stuck it in, Mobley pulled it out, and then here come Hilton right behind him, the big fullback, all-purpose guy in the backfield for him, and he takes it around the edge. Just to give you an update on him, he is a 5'11", 228, but he looks like he's about 260 from up here. Big boy, big body frame carrying the ball for East Gaston. So they go 2-by-2, motion to the right and a jet. Going to be a little jet sweep to the right. Daggett's going to get out. He's going to definitely have enough for an Eddie Auto Parts first down as he gets tackled at about the 31-yard line to the right. So number 45, Walker for the Wolves, able to just swallow him up on the jet sweep. So East Gaston showing some movement on the ball here against this second platoon defense from Lincoln. They're going to go to a 2-by-2 format. Going to go jet motion, motor motion to the backfield. Quarterback's going to be back to pass. He's looking, bouncing. He chunks a high, deep ball up, and it's going to be intercepted. Number 5, Hollis, is going to catch it at the 1-yard line, and he's going to make his moves up to the 20. 25 got a guy on his back. He makes him break free. He's at the 40, 45, 50, and if he gets this block here from Harris,
it's going to be a 100-yard touchdown.
It's going to be a huge touchdown, and he's going to jog in 5. Touchdown, Tyreek Hollis. But unfortunately, there's going to be some laundry on the field. Officials got a flag down at the 29-yard line, and also East Gaston has a player down on the field. Looks like it's going to be number 73, Calvin Lewis Donaldson. Offensive tackle for East Gaston is going to be down at about midfield.
Two flags on the play, one around the 30 and one around the 35 on the opposite side of the field.
Well, while we've got the injury, we've got the 2 flags. We're going to try to sort this out. We're going to take a quick little 1-minute break here. Word from our sponsors. We'll be back here in just a second.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Chow these breakfast specials: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast: 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drinks included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tyson Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tyson Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tyson Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
So after several penalties assessed on that, pretty much a 101-yard touchdown return off interception for Hollis is going to be negated by 2 penalties. The ball is going to be brought all the way back to, looks like the 9-yard line is going to be right hash. 1st and 10 from the 9. Lincolnton's going to be coming out of the huddle here with a 1:38 showing in the 3rd quarter on the First Federal Save-and-Make scoreboard. Lincoln at 51, East Gaston 0. Lincoln is subbing up big on offense here as they've got a new platoon of guys in the backfield, under center, and across the front on the offensive line. Going to break out in a tight end left I formation. Get a turn and handoff, and he's going to go off the right edge. Looks like it's number 8, Caden White. Caden White goes a little bit. Looks like he's going to have a 7-yard gain. Maybe that's a good guess from this long distance.
Yeah, he's just glad to get another chance after his first touch turned into a fumble earlier in the game.
Speaking of that, you know, we go talking about the Chiefs running back last night. First carry of the game. Said when he was playing in college ball, he had over 600 carries and only 1 fumble, and his first carry is a fumble in the NFL.
I thought he had 4 years of no fumbles.
But then, heck, you never know. He turns around and look what night he had. So maybe Caden goes right here and has a big offensive drive with his teammates. So 2nd down and probably about 4. I formation going to be turned and a handoff to Caden again. Defense is going to swarm in and tackle him. Maybe a loss of 2 there. Actually, that was not Caden White. That was number 45, Jacovian Peterson for Lincoln. So another running back in the backfield for Lincoln there, number 45, Jankovian Peterson.
And we got 2 people with that number on our roster.
Well, it could either be him or Josh Walker. So once again, we'll just take a gander that it's one of the 2.
And it probably is the Peterson. That's
well, he doesn't have a position listed, so we may just go with Josh Walker there.
That's
running back.
That's a guy up from the JV is subbing in here late in the game. Peterson, the other guy's been playing defense all night.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter here on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Lincoln leads heavily 51-0 over East Gaston. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsors on WLON 1050 AM and KTC Broadcasting. We'll be right back.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail. Check out the breakfast specials Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the big breakfast: 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vail. Call 704-276-1055.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Boston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Boston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
So first play of the fourth quarter is going to be handoff to Caden Wyatt, and he's going to fumble on the play. It's going to be 1st and 10 Warriors from what looks to be the 8-yard line. So easy for them to be in the red zone here after that key fumble recovery on defense. Maybe the first points in the ball game could be coming here for the Warriors.
Yeah, not Caden White tonight. That's his 3rd carry, 2nd fumble.
You know, a lot of young guys, big game, probably first times on, varsity, getting some good carries and good time, and he's just nerves taking over. So Kramer's going to be behind center and shotgun, going to have Hilton to his right, Twins left, right, and he's going to hand off to Hilton up the middle. He's going to bob, weave, carry several guys across the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Big boy just took several for a ride there. He was a steed that carries the ball and carries the offense, and Lincoln saddled up and rode him down to about the 4th.
Yeah, we're about to hand it to him again to keep your saddle oiled up.
Yeah, he needs to have a steady diet here. That boy looks like he's been well fed his whole life, and a steady diet of handoffs here could end up in the end zone for the Warriors. So they're going to show motion left, hand off to Hilton off the left-hand side. He's going to get behind his blockers and make one little bound into the end zone, and there's a Silver Point home touchdown for the East Gaston Warriors. It's going to be touchdown number 44, Brody Hilton, fullback for the Warriors.
There was a player to watch.
The classic forward of Shelby, player to watch, was Creamer, but, it seems like all the offense is going to go through Brody Hilton there. So they're going to do a little water bucket as they kind of adjust and go back to a new formation. Looks like it's going to be an unconventional trip set with Hilton in the backfield. 2 big boys, number 35 from East Gaston, Chase Blackburn, 6'2", 240 in the backfield. Direct snap, kind of like a little speed option to the right. Creamer's going to go, and he had a pitchman in Hilton, but he's going to be tackled short on the 2-point conversion, and he's brought down by number 8, the guy that gave up the ball, Caden Wyatt, as he makes the tackle and stops the 2-point conversion attempt by the Warriors. So at the break on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincoln at 51, East Gaston 6. We'll be back after a break and word from our sponsors.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event. Go on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X-Plan. Come into Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com. When buying or selling a home, it's important to have someone you can count on to help you get answers to all of your questions. That's where Gillen Realty in Lincoln comes in. They are your hometown realty. bringing you experience, integrity, and local knowledge. Come by and talk with one of their agents today. They are there to make your real estate experience one you'll enjoy. Call 704-735-0099 or visit the website at GillenRealty.com or drop by their office at 201 South Poplar Street in Lincoln. Gillen Realty, hometown people working for you.
We're back, Dagout, ready to kick it off for the Warriors after the touchdown by Hilton. He runs up, little onside kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. Looks like about the 43-yard line. There's going to be a flag there. And Lincolnton's going to get the ball here. Running clock still, showing 10:29 on the First Federal Save and Make scoreboard. Lincoln at 51. East Gaston 6.
Have good field position here after the kickoff out of bounds.
The only reason why I don't think there may be a flag here is it looked like when the ball was kicked, it was touched by a Lincolnton offensive player there on the return team. So there will be no flag. They'll just spot it where he touched it and went out of bounds. And so they're going to get the ball 1st and 10 from the 44 on the left hash.
Got a late sub in.
They're going to go back to the bread and butter, the I formation here. Looks like going to be tight end to the right. It's going to be a handoff to
a new fullback, new quarterback as well.
Definitely number 10 is now in at quarterback, and that's Xavion Davis, a junior.
Handing that thing off to number 9.
Hand off to number 9, which is Malachi McGriskin. That's a pretty unique last name, McGriskin. Not a typical name that you hear coming out of the Lincolnton community. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. He gained about 1 here. So I formation here. Lincoln with the ball, 2nd and 9, middle of the field. Snap, going to be a sweep to the right. And the ball's on the ground. Going to be a fumble, but it's going to be recovered by number 8, Caden White. McGriskin just coughed it up on first contact, and Wyatt was able to recover for the Wolves, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 12. Other scores in the area that we've got: South Point 28, Clover 0, Hunter Huss 13, Hickory 0, Crest 14, Shelby 10, and North Gaston 21, East Lincoln 7. So I formation going to be a little miss handoff here with the fullback as he just dives ahead forward to make it about 4th and 8. Able to get some of those yards back lost on the previous play. White was the carrier for the Wolves, and it's going to bring out the punt unit for Lincoln. Going to be punting from about their 46-yard line. Going to send back Preston Osborne to return for the Warriors. And number 1, Jake Thomas, sophomore receiver, back to return for the punt here. Here's the snap, pretty good. Here's the punt. It's going to be up, end over end. And it's kind of short. It's going to take a bounce backwards. There's several contact pieces there. Officials run in. They have got East Gaston retaining the possession there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 East Gaston here with 8:04 and ticking on the First Federal Save Mate scoreboard. Lincoln 51, East Gaston 6 here. 1st and 10 Warriors from the 34-yard line, 33-yard line, mind you, in the middle of the field. Big night for the Lincoln defense. You know, other than that botch fumble that put them back against the wall, they've actually played a very flawless night of defense. And this 2nd and 3rd platoon on the field right now still able to show good base defense for the Wolves. A lot of promise in the future for the Lincoln football team. Here's a pass from Creamer to number 9. It's going to be tackled on the edge by number 14, Zion Strutt. The pass was thrown to number 9, Jalen Creamer. Brother-to-brother action again. That's been a nice combination in the passing game for the Warriors tonight. Seems like a lot of comfort coming from old backyard play from the Creamer family. Quarterback-receiver combo probably wreaked a lot of havoc in an East Gaston neighborhood somewhere over in that part of the county. But it's a couple gain. It's 2nd down and about 8. They're going to go to an unconventional trips again. Creamer's going to take the snap, and it's an improvised quarterback run off the edge. And he's going to get just barely enough right over the line to be able to get another Eddie Auto Parts 1st down. So first down for the Warriors here. Be 1st and 10 from right hash, 46-yard line. So another big play there from Kobe Creamer as he just kind of does an improvised quarterback run right behind his big fullback, number 44, Brody Hilton. So they're going to go 2 by 2. Shotgun. Hilton's going to switch sides and be on the left-hand side of the quarterback, and they're going to go jet motion to the left, making it a trips formation. Here's the snap. He's going to roll to his right, look back left, throw it to the middle to big number 22, Jackson Rutledge, an inside tight end type guy. Rutledge stands at about 6'1", 220 over the middle, makes a big catch for another Eddie Auto Parts first down. First down, East Gaston here on the 43-yard line, driving in, going right to left on your radio dial. Kramer looking to the sideline, going to have another 2 by 2 set. So to the left, he's going to have 2 slot. To the right, he's going to have tight end slot. Running back to his left. Here's the snap, handoff to Hilton off the right-hand side. Hilton's got a good little crease. Little hurdles over a defender, able to push ahead forward for a solid 9-yard gain to the right-hand side. So going to be about 2nd down and 1 there for the Warriors. 5:15 remains in the 4th quarter here in the ball game on the First Federal 7-8 scoreboard. 2nd down and 1 for the East Gaston Warriors, trying to make something happen here late in the ball game, down by a lot. Kramer calls the cadence, going to go 2 by 2, running back to his left. Shotgun, here's the snap, handoff to Hilton, but he pulls it out of the gut, looking pass, throws a deep, deep ball to number 14, who just runs under it and tries to make what looks like a baseball catch from Willie Mays' error. And it's going to hit off his hands. The DB's going to get his hand in there. Number 14, Zion Strutt with the batted or pass deflection. And another great play by a very young secondary. Once again, you know, showing a lot of promise for Ledford Gibson in the future. These young guys coming in and making a big play. Strutt being a sophomore at 5'7", 122. Little guy in stature, but big guy in heart, making a huge play there that probably broke up a touchdown.
He was in good coverage. It was definitely in the end zone.
So he's going to motion over, make a trip set. Here's a handoff to Hilton off the left-hand side. He's got plenty of room, a lot of edge, and he's at the 30, 25 hurdles. 2 guys high-stepping, and he's finally brought down and tackled by, looks like number 19, Cameron Sherrill. Running back, outside linebacker, junior, 5'7". Been a lot of Sherrills come out of this program, big names. Back in my era coaching here for West Lincoln, playing against Lincoln, and they had some Sherrills here that were big-time athletes. So that's a name more commonly used in this area. Seems like everywhere you go, if you got big-time athletes, the names and the families in that area kind of carry the programs. Depending on where you're at, you just locate a last name, and you probably got some type of lineage there. So East Gaston going to go trips. Step off screen to 14, Daggett. Daggett's going to spin, weave, carry a guy with him on his hip pocket for a couple of yards. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 2 yards, so it's going to be about 2nd down and 8. Tackle's going to be made again by number 14, Zion Strutt. Sophomore making big plays here, putting his name out there, making it get announced. Being a sophomore, got 2 more years to get his name announced here in Lincoln.
Larkin in coverage, Strutt playing in the secondary, seems to be all over the field at the moment. Strong safety has that opportunity to kind of follow the ball around sometimes.
Yeah, running a pretty good little zone coverage, cover 1. Kramer's going to roll out to his left because they're all in coverage. He's going to get down to the 10. He starts dancing left, right, left. He goes across the 5. He makes 2 spin moves, and he's going to be tackled, looks like, right at about the 3-yard line.
Brought down by Strutt.
Strutt again. I mean, there you go. You know, same guy. He's in coverage. Quarterback leaks out. Starts to, do a
couple of the other defenders slowed him up. But
exactly.
It was Strutt that eventually wrapped him.
Young man's not afraid to put his nose down in there and make a big play.
He was in coverage coming from the end zone where he was with his receiver, and the quarterback decided to tuck and run. He came up and helped out.
So 2 minutes and 10 seconds showing on the clock as East Gaston with the snap, motion to the left. Quarterback keeper to the right is going to get behind about 4 big boy blocks. And he's going to have just enough to get the nose of the ball over the goal line. Touchdown, East Gaston with 1:59 left. East Gaston able to punch it in there. Creamer with the quarterback keeper off the right-hand side to push the score to Lincolnton 51. East Gaston 12 pending the PAT. but they're not going to bring the kicker on the field. They're actually going to go for two, going to show trips right, slot left, running back going to be two to right. Creamer's going to move the running back to his left, which is going to be Hilton. And he's barking out the signs, doing a look at me with his coach. Trips bunch, triangle to the top, single receiver side. Fake handoff, looking for his receiver. It's going to be batted up in the air. Good pass deflection by number 11, Demetrius Ford, who made a good move on the ball. That senior gets in here and makes a good pass deflection. So the score sits 51-12 Lincolnton. Minute 59 on the scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come into Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com. When buying or selling a home, it's important to have someone you can count on to help you get answers to all of your questions. That's where Gallen Realty in Lincolnton comes in. They're your hometown realty, bringing you experience, integrity, and local knowledge. Come by and talk with one of their agents today. They're there to make your real estate experience one you'll enjoy. Call 704-735-0099 or visit the website at GillenRealty.com or drop by their office at 201 South Poplar Street in Lincolnton. Gallen Realty, hometown people working for you.
Back. And here's the kickoff from East Gaston. Daggett going to do a improvised onside kick to his left. It's going to bounce and be down, but there's a whistle. It looks like maybe offsides on the kickoff team. While we do that, just a score from the area. South Point Red Raiders 28-0 win over Clover tonight. South Point goes 4-0, and they host Stuart Kramer next week. And that ends Clover's 7-game win streak versus North Carolina Schools. Other scores in the area as we have this penalty assessed. Let's see. Looks like we do not have a score update yet on the Shelby game.
I heard there was a safety not long ago, made it 14-12.
We do have a North Gaston 21, East Lincoln 7, Crest 14, Shelby 10, East Rutherford 20, Burns 17 at the moment. And we are now realigned with Daggett to kick off for the Warriors here. And we're going to have the ball blow dead, maybe for the play clock.
They don't keep the play clock once the clock's running. They just maybe letting everybody get ready. Yeah, counting players looks like we're
don't
good.
Have enough, so the official decides to blow it dead to help out East Gaston to make sure that they get 11 on the field. They only had 10. So a little courtesy call there by the men in black and white. Never seen that done before, where they call their own timeout to help a team out. So here's an onside kick, going to go to the middle, to the left, touched by Lincolnton. Picked up by Harris, number 3, who's going to go to the left-hand side. And he's got space and room. And so here we go. We're at the 45. He's going to cut all the way across the field. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Going to be pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So you kicked it to the wrong guy, an onside kick there.
Yeah.
Harris is going to get out of bounds at the 20. It's like, surprise, surprise, you accidentally gave me the ball and I'm going to hurt you with it.
Yeah.
So Harris, with probably most certainly his last play of the ball game, it was uninspected. They probably didn't want him to even have the ball there this late in the ball game.
Somebody on the front line tipped that onside kick, and it just ended up in his hands. He ended up running right to left. And once he got corralled, he just reversed the field and found some more room on the other side, and finally just ushered out of bounds right about the 20-yard line of the East Gaston Warriors. So
clock ticking away, a minute 20 on the clock in the fourth quarter here on the First Federal State Mix scoreboard. Under center, the handoff to number 9. Malachi McGriskin. He's going to get a couple yards moving forward. Scratch that, not McGriskin. It's going to be Finger with the carry off the right. So Lincoln is going to be in the huddle here. 50 seconds showing on the play clock. Just ticking away here with that new rule in North Carolina athletics. football score gets up by so much, it's an automatic running clock, and we're at 40, and he's going to just take a knee there. Number 10, Xavion Davis, just takes a knee for Lincoln, showing 32 seconds and ticking here. This will probably be the last play of the ball game here, and he takes a knee, showing 20 seconds on the clock, and that's probably going to do it here in Lincoln. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincoln Wolves 51, East Gaston 12, moves Lincoln to 1-2 on the season, and that drops East Gaston now to 1-3. We will take a short, quick break here, and then we'll be back with the Renato Auto Mall CTB Carolina Trust Bank post-game show here from Lincoln. With Philip Russ, Jason Sane, you're listening to WLON 1050 AM on KTCBroadcasting.com. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here in Lincoln. Thank you.
KL Insurance is your independent insurance agency in Lincoln, specializes in working with families and small businesses for all of your insurance needs. From auto insurance to health insurance to Medicare and more. By being independent, KL Insurance can shop around for the best coverage for the best dollar to fit your specific needs and budget. Drop by today. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 9 to 5. Wednesdays 9 till noon. Just call 704-732-4646 or visit the website at KLInsurance.com. I'm here to tell you about the ultimate cooking experience. It's a Big Green Egg. The egg delivers amazing results as a grill, a smoker, and even an outdoor oven. Grill burgers, sear steaks at high temperatures, slow cook the perfect rack of ribs, and even make a crispy pizza. You name it, poultry, seafood, veggies, even desserts, all on the Big Green Egg. Demand the best and ask for it by name. The Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. The Big Green Egg and a full line of Big Green Egg accessories are now available at St. Ace Hardware at the Highway 27 150 West intersection in Lincoln.
Welcome back to the Carolina Trust Bank postgame show here from Lincoln, North Carolina. Lincoln takes their first win of the season, 51-12 over the East Gaston Warriors. Just looking out on the game, it was a great defensive showing after their first two games of the season. And the offense looked very much like they had really got everything in order, and it looked very comforting back there in the backfield. A lot of guys touched the ball, and they got those guys in space. Now we'll go to Jason for the LincolnCounty.com post-game stats. Lincoln has a lot of stats on the board, so I guess you would start with them.
Yep, passing, they ended up 8 attempts, 6 completions, 139 yards, and 1 touchdown. And 1 touchdown, the result of a 65-yard completion to Tyreek Hollis, who had 74 yards and 2 catches on the day. Skylar Evans, 2 catches for 26 yards. Tyshawn Harris chipped in 1 reception for 27 yards. And that was the total 139 that McLean had on the day, with the 1 touchdown to Tyreek Hollis. On the ground, the show tonight was in the running game. Tyshawn Harris accounted for 4 touchdowns after fumbling his first carry of the game. He had 202 yards on the ground. His last 3 touches of the game all resulted in touchdowns. The last 2 both from outside the 20. Zach Lucas also had a good night on the ground. He had 8 carries for 65 yards, 2 of which resulted in touchdowns. So he has 2 touchdowns to his name tonight. Zach Lucas on the ground. And then Terrell McLean, the quarterback, also carried it 6 times for 72 yards, one of those being a 42-yard scamper that set up the final rushing touchdown by Zach Lucas. Or perhaps no, Tyshawn Harris punched that one in. But Caden White had a couple carries, but unfortunately fumbled 2 of his 3 carries, so not his best night, but chipped in 5 yards. Tyreek Hollis with the 2-point conversion. And then a handful of other players got a single carry as the clock wound down in the 4th quarter. So that rounds out the offense for Lincoln. On the East Gaston side, they did finally get their passing game going a little in the second half. They had 17 attempts, but only 5 completions and 5 interceptions to go with each one. So that turnover being the difference in the game. Kobe Kramer, 44 yards in the air, but 5 interceptions, unfortunately, caught up with him in the end, and they lost the contest overall. Brody Hilton on the ground had accounted for their only rushing touchdown coming in the 4th quarter. He had 49 yards on 9 attempts. Kobe Kramer, the quarterback, he had a rushing touchdown late in the game, the 2nd touchdown, 11 attempts for 41 yards. KJ Daggett, He had 1 carry for 7 yards. Donovan Mobley did a lot of the carrying in the second half, chipped in 10 yards of his own on 8 carries, and that rounds out the LincolnCounty.com post-game stats.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Then we'll come back with the West End Sales Offensive Player of the Game, the Rhodes and Bill Company Defensive Player of the Game, and the Campers Inn Player of the Game. Also, we'll touch on the What's Up Shopper local scores in the area as we round out our coverage here in Lincolnton. Once again, First Federal 7 scoreboard, Lincolnton 51, East Gaston 12. You're listening to WLON KTC broadcast, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
The summer clearance event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincolnton. Now get up to $3,250 total cash allowance on select new 2017 Dodge Charger. Get $2,000 cash allowance on the new 2017 Dodge Durango. And that's not all. During the summer clearance sales event, get up to $4,000 total cash allowance on the 2017 Dodge Journey. Come in for all the details during the summer clearance event at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln. Well, the grass is growing. It's not going to wait. Hop on that new Husqvarna. What? You don't have a new Husqvarna zero-turn mower? Then you need to get one. And now's the time at Carolina Hardware Garden and Pool Supply in Lincolnton. Coming out for 0% AR financing for up to 48 months. And while there, take a look at their selection of outdoor furniture. Now at 30% off. So hurry into Carolina Hardware and Garden Center, located on the Reachfield Road in Lincolnton.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city.
Well, welcome back to Lincolnton here in the Carolina Trust Bank postgame show. We're going to now turn it over to Jason for the West End Auto Sales Offensive Player of the Game. Jason, who do you got for the Offensive Player of the Game?
Tonight's Offensive Player of the Game, giving that to Zach Lucas from the fullback position. He chipped in 2 touchdowns and 65 yards on the ground with just 8 carries. So a good offensive turnout tonight from Zach Lucas, the fullback, scoring twice on the ground.
All right, we're going to go over to the defensive side of the ball for the Rhodes and Bill Oil Company Defensive Player of the Game. Who do we have for that charted up tonight?
Tonight, the defensive standout in our minds was Tyreek Hollis with his 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Some crucial, some turnovers. Balls got tossed up in the air. Tyreek Hollis came down with them, added some yards on the returns. He did have a 2-point conversion to his name, but defensively is where we remembered him the most tonight.
All right, and the Campers Inn Player of the Game, that's going to go to
none other than Tyshawn Harris. Of course, he had 4 touchdowns tonight and 202 yards on the ground. So Tyshawn Harris gets tonight's Player of the Game nod with his 4-touchdown, 200-yard performance out of the halfback position.
Just like to make mention of the Classic Ford of Shelby players to watch. Terrell McLean for Lincolnton had a pretty decent game. What was